Welcome, listeners, to Anana's creation. Today, we begin a journey into the abyss, a story of shadows that sleep beneath our feet. A story of the serpent. The ocean, in the deep dark of the Alaskan Aleutian Trench, does not know the concept of mercy. It is a place of absolute pressure and eternal night, a void where the weight of the world itself crushes all but the most resilient. It was here, aboard the deep-sea research vessel Odyssey, that Dr. Eris Thorne stared at a screen, his coffee long gone cold. Eris was a geologist, a man who believed in rock, pressure, and time. He did not believe in myths. "It's pulsing again," said Maya Chen, her voice tinny over the comms. Maya was monitoring the magnetometer array from the Odyssey's main lab. Same interval, every 180 seconds. Like clockwork. Eris rubbed his tired eyes. "Geological processes aren't clockwork, Maya. They're messy. This is something else." For 3 weeks, they had been tracking what the media, in their infinite hunger for catchy names, had dubbed the Aleutian anomaly. It was a magnetic signature unlike anything ever recorded. It wasn't volcanic. It wasn't tectonic. It was rhythmic. "Ben," Eris said, tapping his headset. "Are we clear for descent? Is the Triton ready?" Miles below them, nestled in the Odyssey's flooded moon pool, Ben Carter sat in the pilot's chair of the submersible Triton. Ben was the muscle of the operation, a former Navy diver who trusted his gut more than Eris's charts. "She's green across the board, Doc." Ben's voice crackled back. "Pressure hull is sealed. Batteries are topped. Just say the word, and we dive into the spooky unknown." This spooky unknown was an understatement. Their target depth was 34,000 feet, a trench so deep it could swallow mountains whole. The Triton was a marvel of engineering, a titanium sphere built to withstand pressures that could turn a man into liquid, but it was still just a fragile bubble in an alien world. "The word is given, Ben," Eris said, grabbing his harness. "Maya, you have the con. Keep us tethered to that signal. We're going to get eyes on this thing." The descent took over 4 hours. The world above vanished, sunlight fading from blue to green, to a permanent, pressurized indigo, and finally, to an absolute black that felt heavy, as if the darkness itself had physical weight. Inside the Triton, the only light came from the glowing instrument panels. Ben handled the controls with a practiced calm, while Eris monitored the sonar. 2 clicks from the anomaly's origin point, Eris murmured, his eyes glued to the proximity sensors. "The magnetic field is stabilizing?" "No, wait. It's broadening. Like something is unfurling." "Unfurling?" Ben scoffed, though his grip on the joystick tightened. "Rocks don't unfurl, document. What are we really looking for here?" Before Eris could answer, the Triton's external sensors flooded with warnings. "What is that?" Eris demanded. "Temperature spike," Ben reported, his voice losing its casual edge. "Water temp just jumped 4 degrees. And the sonar, Doc, the sonar's going crazy." The passive sonar was picking up a sound, not a ping or a whale song, but a low-frequency rumble. It was so deep, so powerful, that Eris felt it in his chest cavity before he heard it through his headphones. It sounded like a mountain shifting, like a billion tons of rock grinding together. "It's below us," Eris whispered, his knuckles white. "Whatever it is, it's massive, and it's directly below us." "I'm seeing structure," Ben said, angling the Triton's powerful floodlights downward. "But that's impossible. This is a silt bed. There's no rock formation here." The beams of light cut through the murk, illuminating swirling clouds of sediment. And then the sediment cleared. Eris Thorne, the man of science and rock, stopped breathing. "It wasn't rock." "Back us up, Ben," Eris said, his voice a strained whisper.
"Now."
"Slow and steady. Back us up." What am I looking at?" Ben asked, his hands frozen. Below them, stretching into the darkness beyond the reach of their lights, was a surface. It wasn't smooth like stone, or jagged like a thermal vent. It was patterned, overlapping. They were looking at scales. Each scale was the size of a tractor-trailer, shimmering with an oily, bioluminescent quality, reflecting greens and deep purples that light should not be able to create in this depth. It wasn't a structure. It was a hide. "It's alive," Maya's voice whispered over the comms, filled with a terrible awe. The Odyssey sensors, far above, had detected the displacement. "Eris, the anomaly, its mass estimation is fluctuating. It's breathing." As if summoned by her word, The rumble Eris had felt in his chest returned, but this time, it was not just a sound. The seabed moved. The Triton was thrown violently, tossed like a leaf in a storm as a pressure wave of displaced water hit them. Alarm screamed inside the tiny cockpit. "I've lost maneuvering," Ben yelled, fighting the controls as the submersible tumbled end over end. "The lights," Eris shouted. "Keep the lights focused." Ben stabilized the craft, his knuckles white. He angled the floods back down to the source. They had been looking at the creature's flank. Now, as the continent of muscle and scale shifted, they saw something new emerging from the silt. It was an eye the size of a football stadium, milky and ancient, veiled by a nictitating membrane that slowly, horribly retracted. The pupil, a vertical slit of obsidian black, dilated in the sudden glare of the Triton's lights. It saw them. The eye, buried in the crust of the earth, focused on the tiny metal spark that was their submersible. "It's impossible," Eris said, but the word died in his throat. This was not a whale. This was not a squid. This was a geological feature that had woken up. Then came the sound. Not the rumble, but a new noise. A high-frequency sonar ping, a click that slammed into the Triton's hull with the force of a hammer. It wasn't an attack. It was a question. It was curiosity. "We have to ascend." "Now, Ben." "Full power to the ascent thrusters," Eris commanded. "I'm trying," Ben yelled. "The water, it's pulling us in. It's creating a current." The sonar on the Triton's dash lit up with a new reading. The object was no longer just below them. It was moving. The scanners attempted to calculate the size of the beast, but the numbers just flashed as error. The creature was too large for the software to comprehend. "It's encircling us," Maya said from the Odyssey, her voice shaking with panic. "The signal, it's not in one place anymore. It's everywhere. It's wrapping around the trench." Far below, the great eye blinked, and the shadow of the World Serpent, Jormungandr, began to uncoil from the seabed, rising from the darkness where it had slept for millennia. It was turning its ancient head, not towards the teen written, but towards the surface, towards the world of light. And it was hungry. Panic is a cold thing at 34,000 feet. It doesn't scream, it suffocates. Inside the Triton, the only sounds were the high-pitched whine of the overloaded thrusters and Ben Carter's strained breathing. "She's not responding, Doc," Ben yelled, his knuckles white on the controls. The titanium sphere was bucking like a rodeo bull. "The current, it's not a current, it's a whirlpool. We're caught in its wake." Dr. Eris Thorne fought to focus. He pushed aside the primordial terror of seeing that locomotive-sized eye and forced his mind back to the data. The displacement. "Maya, are you seeing this? The water it's moving is creating a localized gravity well. Ben, don't fight it directly. Use the lateral thrusters. Try to skirt the edge of the vortex." "Skirt the edge?" Ben grunted, his arms straining. "Doc, there is no edge. There's just it." The Triton's external floodlights, already feeble in the oppressive dark, flickered as another low-frequency rumble washed over them. This wasn't a sound. It was a physical wave of pressure. "Hull integrity at 92%. Eris read off the monitor, his voice shaking but steady. "We're being squeezed. Then, we have to get out of its immediate proximity, or the pressure differential will crack us open." The great beast, Jormungandr, was moving. It wasn't just uncoiling, it was ascending. Miles of its body were lifting from the silt, displacing a volume of water equivalent to a small sea. The Triton was nothing but a gnat caught in the draft of a passing god. "Maya," Eris shouted into the calm, "talk to me. What is the Odyssey seeing?" On the surface, it was chaos. The Odyssey was no longer in placid water. The sea itself was rising. A massive, unexplained swell, hundreds of feet high, was forming in the middle of the North Pacific. There was no wind, no storm, just a monstrous bulge in the ocean. "Eris, my god." Maya's voice came back, layered with static and terror. "The ship is, we're listing 40 degrees. The entire trench is lighting up our sensors. It's not one anomaly. It's a chain. It stretches from here to the coast of Japan. Eris, it's not in the ocean. It is the ocean. Focus, Maya. Get the recovery crane ready. We are ascending. Repeat. We are ascending." "I'm trying, Doc," Ben roared. He slammed a closed fist onto the ascent lever, a desperate, final move. Dumping all ballast. Full power to vertical thrusters. We go up or we go flat. The Triton screamed in protest. The motors whined to a near breaking point, and the small craft shuddered, then shot upward. They had broken free. The relentless downward pull vanished, replaced by the rocket-like acceleration of an emergency ascent.
Yes.
Yes, Ben yelled, a short, sharp bark of victory. We're moving. We're clear of it. Eris watched the depth gauge. 30,000 feet. 29,000. They were rising fast. The terror in the cabin began to subside, replaced by the shaky adrenaline of a near-death escape. Okay, Eris breathed, unclenching his fists. Keep this rate, Ben. We'll be on the surface in 2 hours. Maya, prepare the decompression chamber. We're coming home. For a full minute, there was silence. The only sound was the steady hum of the Triton's life support. Doc, Ben said, his voice suddenly very quiet. What is it? Eris asked, his newfound relief vanishing. The sonar. The passive sonar, Ben said, pointing to a screen Eris had ignored in the chaos. Eris looked. The screen, which should have been showing empty black water, was a solid, cascading wall of red. It was a mass of signal returns. That's impossible, Eris said. That's a technical glitch. The sensors must be damaged. It's not a glitch. Document look at the density reading. And listen. Ben switched the audio feed from the comms to the external hydrophones. The cabin filled with a sound Eris had only heard in simulations, the deep, grinding, thunderous roar of 1 billion tons of rock and mud colliding. A submarine landslide, Eris whispered in horror. Maya, confirm, Ben said, his voice all business again. Maya's voice was grim. Confirmed, Triton. The creature's movement. When it uncoiled, it destabilized the entire north wall of the trench. The Aleutian Trench. Eris, it's collapsing. Eris stared at the sonar, his mind doing the math. The speed of their ascent. The speed of the debris. Ben, he said, his blood turning to ice. The debris, it's not below us. I know, Doc, Ben said, his eyes fixed on the forward viewport, though there was nothing to see but black. It's not just a landslide, Eris clarified, his voice barely a whisper. The displaced water from the Serpent's rise. It's pushing the debris field upward. It's creating an internal wave, a tsunami, under the water. The Triton was ascending at its maximum speed, but the wall of rock, silt, and superpressurized water, an avalanche in reverse, was rising faster. The sound of grinding rock was no longer just on the hydrophones. They could hear it, a deep, pervasive rumble, vibrating through the Triton's own hull. It's catching up to us, Ben stated. It wasn't a question. Evasive maneuvers? Eris asked, though he knew the answer. There's nowhere to evade, Doc, Ben replied, his hands moving over the controls, not with panic, but with grim precision. This isn't a stream, it's a flood. The whole ocean column is coming down, or rather, up. The first impact was a glancing blow. A rock the size of a car slammed into the Triton's external manipulator arm, shearing it off like a twig. The cabin was thrown into a violent spin. We're hit, Eris yelled. I see it, Ben shouted, fighting the spin. Just hold on. The floodlights outside illuminated the nightmare. It was no longer blackness. They were inside a churning, opaque soup of mud, sand, and rock. And then the main wall hit them. It wasn't a collision. It was an ingestion. The Triton was swallowed whole by the avalanche. The lights went out. The thrusters died. All audio cut to a deafening, absolute silence as the submersible and the 2 men inside it were lost in the collapsing heart of the trench. Silence. Then blackness. A thick, absolute, sensory-depriving black. Dr. Eris Thorne was floating. Or was he falling? He couldn't tell. His limbs felt heavy, his mind sluggish. The violent, bone-jarring chaos of the avalanche had ceased, replaced by a silence so profound it felt like a pressure against his eardrums. This is it, he thought, his mind strangely calm. This is what it's like to be crushed at the bottom of the sea. A groan, not from his own throat. A metallic, agonizing groan from the world around him. The Triton was still intact. Ben. Eris whispered, his voice hoarse. The word was swallowed by the dark. A pause. Then, a strained grunt from the pilot's seat. Ugh, yeah, document. Still here. Unless we're both ghosts. Are you injured? My pride, Ben coughed. And maybe my left shoulder. But I'm in one piece. You, alive. Eris said, fumbling in the blackness for his harness release. Status. What's our status? Status is we're blind, deaf, and dead in the, well, we're not even in the water, Ben said. He was already working. Eris heard the frantic click, click, click of him trying to reset the main breakers. The mudslide. Eris said, the memory returning in a sickening rush. It swallowed us. More than swallowed, Doc, Ben grunted. We're buried. Solid. Another click. A single, blessed red emergency light flickered to life, bathing the tiny cabin in a hellish, dim glow. It wasn't much, but it was enough to see. The forward viewport was no longer a window. It was a solid wall of black, compressed mud. Okay, Ben said, his breath fogging in the cold. Emergency systems are functional. Barely. Main power is gone. Thrusters, forget it. They're clogged solid. Eris pulled himself to the auxiliary console, his body aching. He ran a diagnostic. The results were a death sentence. Hull integrity is at 68%. Eris read, his voice flat. The pressure is stable. For now. The avalanche must have settled, packing us in. So, we're in a titanium coffin, and the dirt's been shoveled on top, Ben summarized, his voice dark. What about life support? Eris checked the critical panel. The main CO2 scrubbers were offline, running on the same dead power grid as the thrusters. The emergency system, a chemical backup, was active. The emergency scrubbers, they're running, Eris said. That's good news, right? Ben asked, though he didn't sound hopeful. Eris looked at the man he had worked with for 5 years. He couldn't lie. They're rated for 12 hours, Ben. After that, the air becomes toxic. Ben Carter leaned his head back against the bulkhead and closed his eyes. 12 hours. Buried alive under 30,000 feet of water and rock. And comms? Ben asked quietly. Dead, Eris said. The cable snapped. The high-frequency transmitter. It can't penetrate this much solid mass. We can't call Maya. We can't call anyone. They sat in the red silence, the only sound the faint, artificial hiss of the chemical air scrubbers. They were alone, but they were wrong. They were not alone. Far above them, on the surface, the Odyssey was a ship in purgatory. The monstrous swell had passed, lifting the research vessel 40 stories high, and then setting it down with a crash that sent crewmen flying. But the ship, miraculously, had not capsized. Maya Chun was on the bridge, her knuckles white as she gripped a console. Damage reports, she screamed, her voice cracking. Starboard engine is flooded, replied Kyle, the ship's first mate, his face pale. But the port engine is holding. We are not sinking. Repeat, we are not sinking. Maya ignored him. Her eyes were fixed on the tactical display. The Triton's icon was gone. The data feed had flatlined. All that remained was a blinking red cross over the words, signal loss. Triton, she whispered, her hand trembling as she keyed the microphone. Triton, this is Odyssey. Do you copy? Eris. Ben. Respond. Damn it. Only a blast of static answered. Keep trying, she ordered a nearby technician, her voice numb. Put it on a continuous loop. I'm going outside. Captain, the deck isn't safe. Kyle warned. Maya didn't listen. She shoved open the watertight door and stumbled out into the night air. The sea, which moments before had been a raging, chaotic monster, was now eerily glass flat. The wind was gone. It was as if the ocean itself was holding its breath. What is this? Maya said to herself, grabbing a railing to steady her legs. The Odyssey's powerful floodlights were still on, cutting cones of white into the darkness. But the darkness was wrong. Kyle, she said into her personal comm, turn the spotlights. Aim them at the horizon. Due east. Aye, Captain. The massive lights on the ship's superstructure swiveled, their beams racing across the flat water. They hit what Maya, in her shock, first mistook for a line of approaching storm clouds. But it wasn't clouds. It was solid. It was a wall of shimmering, dark, wet scales. No, Maya breathed. The creature hadn't just looked at the Triton. It had ascended. It had risen from the trench, a living continent, and was now resting on the surface. The Odyssey wasn't in the open ocean. It was in a lagoon, a small, temporary lake formed by an impossible, colossal loop of the serpent's body. The horizon was Jormungandr. The wall of scales stretched for miles in either direction, rising hundreds of feet into the air before curving back down into the sea. It was a mountain range of living flesh. As Maya watched, paralyzed by an awe that was indistinguishable from terror, the scales rippled. A shiver, like that of a cold horse, ran down the length of the visible body, displacing tons of water. Then, from somewhere beyond the curve, from the direction of the creature's unseen head, came a sound. It was not a roar. It was not a growl. It was the sound of a colossal, wet exhalation. A sound like 1,000 waterfalls starting at once. The world serpent, Jormungandr, had breached the surface, and it had just taken its first breath of human air. On the surface, the world had been remade. The sea, once their hunting ground, was now their cage. Maya stood on the Odyssey's bridge, gripping the railing so hard her knuckles were white. Outside the reinforced windows, the horizon was gone. In its place was a vertical wall of dark, wet flesh, a living mountain range that blotted out the stars. "Kyle," Maya said, her voice a dry rasp. "Status. Now." Kyle, the first mate, was frantically trying to make sense of his sensor readings. His face was a mask of professional terror. "Captain, I don't know what I'm looking at," he stammered. "The ship is stable. We're in a pool. The creature has formed a perfect circle around us. The diameter of this lagoon is approximately 3 miles. Is it aware of us?" Maya asked, her eyes fixed on the shimmering scales, each one the size of a house. "It has to be," Kyle said, typing. "The water temperature. It's rising. Fast. 20 degrees above ambient. Its body heat is boiling the water around it. And the air? Captain, the air quality sensors are redlining." He was right. A smell, indescribably foul, was permeating the ship's recycled air. It was the smell of a million-year-old low tide, a coppery, sulfuric stench of ammonia and ancient brine. It was the smell of the creature's breath. "It's the methane," Maya realized, her scientific mind grasping for any straw of rationality. "The gases from the trench. It's exhaling, it's acclimating." Then a new sound, a deep, wet, rippling sound that traveled through the water and rattled the Odyssey's hull. "It's moving," Kyle shouted. "Look." Maya watched in horror. The wall of flesh, the living horizon, was not shrinking. It was rotating. A section of the creature's immense body, miles long, was slowly rolling, dipping beneath the surface and bringing up a new, glistening wet section. "It's scratching itself?" Kyle whispered, his mind failing to find another word for it. "No," Maya said, her eyes wide. "It's searching. It's feeling. It knows something is in its territory." As the colossal loop tightened, a wave was generated. Not a swell, but a slow, powerful push of water. The Odyssey, all 20,000 tons of it, was shoved sideways like a toy boat. "It knows we're here," Maya whispered. "It's cornering us." Far below, in their pressurized tomb, Eris and Ben felt the push. The Triton was thrown against the side of its muddy grave. The lurch was violent and sudden, sending Eris tumbling from his console. "Ack!" he cried out, landing hard against the bulkhead. "What was that?" An aftershock. Ben Carter, strapped into his chair, just grunted. He was staring at the hull integrity monitor, which had dipped to 66%. "That was not an aftershock," Ben said, his voice grim in the red emergency light. "That was a shove. The whole seabed, it's shifting." Eris pulled himself up, his heart hammering. The serpent. On the surface. Its weight, its movement, it's compressing the trench. "We're not just buried, Ben. We're being compacted." A terrible, scraping sound echoed through the hull. A sound of rock grinding against titanium. "We have to do something," Eris said, his voice frantic. "We can't just wait for the air to run out. Wait for the air, or wait for the hull to crack." "Pick your poison, Doc," Ben said darkly. He was unbuckling himself. "But you're right. We're not dying on our knees." He moved to the back of the submersible, toward the emergency locker. "The acoustic pinger. The emergency beacon. It's our only shot." "It's low power, Ben," Eris argued, following him. "It's designed to transmit through water, not 1,000 tons of compacted mud." "So, we give it some help," Ben said. He pulled out 2 objects, the small, cylindrical beacon and a heavy-duty, waterproof flare casing. He began working, his hands, trained by years in the Navy, moving with quick, precise motions. "What are you doing?" Eris asked. "The beacon has a charge. The flare has a magnesium accelerant," Ben said, stripping wires with his teeth. I'm not trying to send a signal. I'm trying to make a bomb. A very, very small one. You'll breach the hull. No, Ben said. I'm going to vent it through the sample port. If I can time it right, the explosion will create a cavitation pocket, a bubble, just for a microsecond. But it might be long enough for a single, high-frequency pulse to get through the mud and into the water column. It's a 1 in a million shot. And if it misfires? Eris asked. Then we just sped up the inevitable, Ben replied, not looking up. As Ben worked, the red-lit cabin fell silent. The only sound was the faint hiss of the air scrubbers and the snip of Ben's wire cutters. Until there was another sound. Scrape. It was quiet. So quiet, Eris thought he'd imagined it. A faint, dragging noise, like sand being pulled across the hull. Ben, Eris whispered. Stop. Stop moving. Ben froze. They both held their breath. Scree, scree, screet. It was loud now. A sharp, nails-on-a-chalkboard sound, metallic and hard, coming from outside. It was on the hull, right on the other side of the viewport. Ben slowly, silently, reached for the emergency high-intensity flashlight. He aimed it at the forward viewport, which was still just a wall of black mud. The light did nothing. But the sound changed. The scraping stopped. It was replaced by a new noise. Tap. A single, distinct tap. Tap, tap. Eris felt the blood drain from his face. It wasn't random. It wasn't an animal. It was rhythmic. Then, Eris whispered, his body rigid with a new, colder fear. What's in the mud with us? Ben looked at Eris, his eyes wide in the red gloom. The avalanche, Doc, Ben said, his voice barely audible. When the trench wall came down, it wasn't just mud and rock. It scraped the side of that thing. It brought its passengers with it. Tap, tap, tap. It was louder, more insistent. Something, buried in the dark with them, was knocking. And it wanted in. Tap, tap, tap. The sound was sharp, metallic, and impossibly clear. It wasn't the dull, pressure-induced groaning of the hull. This was deliberate. Inside the Triton's red-lit cabin, Dr. Eris Thorne and Ben Carter were frozen. The hiss of the dwindling air scrubbers was the only other sound. Doc, Ben whispered, his voice tight. Hull stress sensors. Forward quadrant. What are they reading? Eris pulled himself to the console, his movement slow, as if afraid to make a sound. He ran the diagnostic. A small, localized schematic of the Triton's bow appeared on the screen. There's a pressure point, Eris murmured, his eyes wide. A single, concentrated point of pressure. Right on the viewport assembly. SKRE thump. The sub shuddered. It was louder this time. Angrier. It's not just one, Ben said, his eyes scanning the dark cabin, as if he could see through the titanium and mud. I'm hearing smaller, skittering sounds. All over the hull. Eris switched the audio feed from the hydrophones to the hull's contact microphones. The cabin filled with a sound that would haunt his nightmares forever. It was the sound of 1,000 asynchronous taps. A rain of hard, sharp-tipped things, walking, crawling, probing the outside of their small metal shell. They were looking for a weakness. They came off the Serpent, Eris said, a terrible realization dawning. They're not just passengers. They're parasites. My God, Ben, what kind of parasite feeds on a creature the size of a mountain range? The kind that can survive 30,000 feet, trench pressure, and a mudslide, Ben answered grimly. He still held the parts for his makeshift beacon bomb. And now, they've found a new, much smaller host. Zzzzzzzt. A new sound. A high-pitched, sizzling whine, like a dentist's drill, started just outside the viewport. A wisp of smoke, or perhaps just superheated moisture, curled up from the edge of the viewport seal. What is that? Eris yelled, backing away. They're drilling, Ben shouted. He pointed at the internal temperature gauge for the forward hull. The needle was climbing. Fast. They're not just tapping. They're boring. Acid? Friction? Some kind of enzyme? It doesn't matter, Eris said, watching in horror as the needle hit the red zone. The heat alone, it's going to compromise the acrylic. Then, that viewport is rated for pressure, not for a blowtorch. The tapping frenzy outside reached a crescendo, a panicked, hungry clattering. The other parasites were swarming the one that had found a way to drill. They were fighting over the breach. Ben Carter looked at the parts in his hand. He looked at the smoking viewport. He looked at Eris. His decision was made. "This isn't a rescue beacon anymore, Doc," he said, his voice hard. "It's a depth charge. A very, very small one." "Ben," the explosion, "it's too close. You'll breach the hull." "The hull is already breaching," Ben roared, shoving Eris back. "Get against the aft bulkhead. Cover your head. This is gonna hurt." Ben jammed the modified beacon into the sample port, a small airlock used for collecting external specimens. He bypassed the safety seals, his fingers a blur of desperate, trained motion. "I'm venting the charge directly into the mud, right where they're swarming," he said, not to Eris, but to himself. "Clear him off. Buy us time." "Ben, no." But it was too late. Ben hit the trigger. There was no boom. Not inside the cabin. There was just a deep, visceral, bone-shaking thump. It felt as if a giant had punched the Triton. The entire submersible was thrown sideways in its muddy grave. The red emergency light went out, plunging them into total darkness, and then flickered back on. Eris was on the floor, his ears ringing. Ben was slumped over the console, shaking his head to clear it. And there was silence. The tapping, the drilling, the skittering, it was gone. Did it work? Eris stammered, pulling himself up. Ben was staring at the viewport. The smoke had stopped. He put his ear to the hull. "It worked," Ben breathed, a small, triumphant laugh escaping his lips. It worked. He was wrong. A new sound began. It was not a tap. It was not a drill. It was a hiss. A high-pitched, steady, and terrifyingly powerful hiss. Eris looked down at the console near the floor. A new alarm was blinking, one they had never seen before. Flood. 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 The sample port where Ben had vented the charge, the explosion had been too much. The outer seal was gone. The inner seal had fractured. From the port, a needle-thin, perfect jet of water and mud shot across the cabin with the force of a plasma cutter. It wasn't a leak. At this depth, it was an injection. The jet, pressurized by 30,000 feet of ocean, slammed into the opposite bulkhead, hit a panel, and sent a shower of sparks and steam into the air. Ben Carter looked at the jet, then at Eris. The triumph was gone, replaced by a cold, final understanding. "Doc," Ben said, his voice flat. "Our 12-hour air problem? It just became a 5-minute flooding problem." The sound was a scream. A high-pressure, liquid scream that tore the air inside the Triton's cabin. The jet of water and mud, no thicker than a man's finger, was a weapon of impossible force. It shot from the fractured sample port, flew across the 3 feet of open space, and slammed into the main electronics console. Sparks erupted in a violent, blue-white shower. Panels smoked, then went dark. The red emergency light, their last source of vision, sputtered, flashed, and died, plunging them into absolute, terrifying blackness. The only things left were the sound of the jet and the icy, numbing spray of atomized water filling the air. "Ben!" Eris Thorne screamed, blind. "Ben, I'm here." Ben Carter's voice was a strange shout, barely audible over the roar. "The hull, it's breached. We have to stop it," Eris yelled, fumbling in the dark. His hand brushed against the stream and he recoiled, hissing in pain. It wasn't just a jet, it was a blade. "You can't stop it," Ben roared back. "Don't touch it. That pressure will take your hand off. We just have to, Eris heard a splash. The floor was no longer a floor. It was a puddle. Then, the water, Eris said, his voice trembling as the implications crashed down on him. The water was freezing. This was water from the deep trench, a place that sunlight had never touched. "I know, Doc." Ben was moving, his voice coming from a different direction. Eris heard him grunt as he ripped something heavy from the bulkhead. "We're not stopping the leak. We're using it." "Using it? Ben, we're drowning." "We have minutes." The water was already at Eris's ankles, a numbing, shocking cold that instantly soaked through his suit. "Then we have minutes to talk," Ben yelled. He was wading back, his voice closer. "The comms are fried. But that hole, it's a two-way street, Doc. Water can get in, a signal can get out." "What are you talking about?" Eris was shivering, his mind struggling to keep up. "The main beacon. The Triton's primary distress beacon." Ben's voice was a beacon of its own, a point of frantic focus in the dark. It's designed to detach and float. But its signal, it's high frequency. Powerful. "It's buried with us, Ben. It's useless." "Not if we aim it." Eris heard a click and a whir as Ben activated something. The hole, the water jet, it's a perfect path, a liquid wire, straight from us, through the mud, to the open water. The signal can ride that path. The water was at their knees now, heavy and dark. The Triton groaned, its balance shifting as tons of water flooded the cabin. I'm activating it, Doc. Get ready, Ben shouted, and Eris heard a new sound, a piercing, digital SKRE, scree, SKRE, that cut through the roar of the water. It was the beacon, screaming its identity into the void. Now, I just have to get it to the port. Ben grunted. Eris heard a desperate, splashing struggle. Ben was fighting the inward pressure of the jet, trying to shove the beacon into the stream. It's fighting me, Ack, just one more push. There was a final, violent splash, a gasp from Ben, and then silence. The screaming beacon was gone. Ben, Eris whispered into the blackness. The roar of the leak was still there, but the beacon's cry had vanished. Ben, did you? I did it, Ben panted, his voice weak. He was on the other side of the cabin. It's in the hole. The jet, it's grinding the beacon to pieces. But it's firing. It's firing out. Now, all we can do is wait. The water was at their waists. On the Odyssey, the bridge was a tomb. Maya Chen stared at the wall of flesh that was their horizon. Her crew was frozen, waiting for an order she didn't know how to give. Captain, said Peterson, the sonar tech, his voice barely a whisper. Signal's gone. The Triton, it's gone. Keep the channel open, Maya said, her voice hollow. Ma'am, with respect, there's nothing to wait. Peterson sat bolt upright. He slammed his headphones against his ears. No, this can't be. What? Kyle, the first mate, snapped. What is it? Static. Peterson yelled, his fingers flying across his console. I'm getting a signal. On the emergency, high-frequency band. It's buried. It's coming from under the seabed. It's them. Maya shoved Kyle aside, her eyes devouring the screen. It was chaos. A garbled, fragmented, screaming digital packet. But it was there. Run it, Maya commanded. Run the diagnostic. Is it them? Peterson's hands were a blur. The computer tried to parse the damaged, static-filled signal. And then, 3 words appeared on the screen, clear and bright. Triton. Hull breach. Alive. A single, collective gasp filled the bridge. They were alive. They're alive, Maya whispered, tears welling in her eyes. She grabbed her calm. Eris. Ben. We read you. We read you. She was met with silence. The signal was one way. A desperate, digital scream in a bottle. Peterson looked up, his face ashen, the momentary victory gone. Captain, he said, his voice trembling. The signal is degrading. Fast. The source is it's being destroyed. And the data from the trench, the mudslide, I've triangulated their position. And, Maya demanded, where are they? Peterson didn't answer. He just pointed to the sensor readings. Maya looked. Her blood ran cold. The Triton was not just in the trench. It was buried under a mile of compacted silt, directly under the colossal, looping body of the serpent. My God, Kyle whispered, seeing it too. To get to them, we have to go through it, Maya finished, her gaze lifting from the screen to the impossible, living mountain range that held them captive. They were alive, but they were, in every possible way, unreachable. In the absolute, flooding darkness, the cold was the last enemy. The icy trench water had risen past their chests. Eris Thorne and Ben Carter were forced to stand, their backs pressed against the aft bulkhead, their bodies rigid with a hypothermia-induced tremor that rattled their teeth. The roar of the water jet was muffled now. The entry point was submerged, turning the cabin into a churning, pressurized hell. Ben, Eris said, his voice a choked, shivering gasp. Yeah, document. I'm here. Ben's voice was low, his usual, gruff confidence stripped away by the inevitable. The water, it's compressing the air, Eris managed to say, his scientific mind clinging to the last, terrible observation. We're not just drowning, we're running out of space. He was right. The cabin's remaining air was now a small pocket near the ceiling. As the water rose, the pressure on that pocket increased. It was becoming hard to breathe. Well, Ben said, his own breath shallow and pained. At least those things stopped knocking. A grim, final silence settled between them, broken only by the glug-glug-glug of the last bits of air escaping the consoles. The water was at their shoulders, then their necks. Eris had to tilt his head back. He felt the frigid water lapping at his chin. His world was reduced to a few square inches of stale, trapped air.
This is it, he thought.
Buried, blind,
And drowned.
He closed his eyes, waiting for the end. On the Odyssey's bridge, Maya Chen stared at the tactical plot, at the blinking red cross that marked the Triton's grave. Alive, she said to herself. They're alive, and we're sitting here in a cage. Captain, Kyle said, his voice flat. We've run the simulation. There is no conventional recovery. The Triton is under a mile of compacted silt, and it is sitting on top of the silt. We can't dig. We can't drill. We're trapped. They're unreachable. No, Maya said. Her voice was quiet, but it cut through the bridge's terrified hush. They are not unreachable. We are just using the wrong tools. She turned, her eyes sweeping over her crew. We can't move a mountain, but maybe we can get the mountain to move itself. Kyle looked at her, confused. Ma'am, it knows we're here, Maya said, her gaze shifting to the impossible wall of scales outside the window. It's cornered us. It's curious. It's territorial. So we stop being a mouse and we start being a threat. A threat? Peterson, the sonar tech, squeaked. Captain, we're a soup can. That is a god. Then we're going to be the loudest damned soup can in history, Maya said, her voice hardening. Mr. Peterson, I want you to take the ship's main active sonar, the one we use for deep strata seismic mapping. I want you to aim it directly at that wall of scales, and I want you to hit it with a single, full-power, wide-spectrum pulse. Kyle's face went white. Captain, no. The acoustic blowback, the noise, it could provoke it. It could kill us. Doing nothing will kill them, Maya shot back, pointing at the tactical screen.
They're drowning right now.
We don't have time for subtle. I want to ring that bell. I want to yell at it. Do it, Peterson. That is an order. Peterson's hands trembled, but he obeyed. His fingers flew across the console, rerouting power, bypassing safety limiters. Captain, the system is charged. Firing. In 3, 2, 1. He slammed his hand on the activation key. There was no sound on the bridge, but the ship, the Odyssey, leaped in the water. A deep, bone-shattering bong resonated through the hull, a sound so powerful it felt like a physical punch to the chest. Out in the water, a high-decibel pulse of sound, a literal acoustic bomb, shot from the Odyssey's hull and slammed into the side of Jormungandr. The reaction was not slow. It was instantaneous. The entire 3-mile loop of the creature's body convulsed. The water in the lagoon, already heated, erupted. It didn't just boil. It exploded in a curtain of steam and spray. My God, Kyle screamed, grabbing a console as the Odyssey was tossed like a leaf. It's moving. The wall of scales was no longer a static horizon. It was a writhing, churning mass of unimaginable power and pain. The creature was reacting to the sonar pulse. Peterson, status. Maya yelled over the roar. It's looking, Peterson stammered, his eyes glued to his screen. The main body, it's so, oh no. What? The mass, Captain, Peterson whispered, pointing. A shadow. It's detaching from the main loop, under the water. It's fast. It's coming right for us. It's the head. In the Triton, the water was at Eris's lips. He held his breath, and then the world ended. A sound, a bong so deep and powerful it bypassed his ears and was felt only in his bones, slammed into the submersible. It was the Odyssey's sonar pulse, traveling through water, through mud, and through them. In the next second, the entire grave of mud shifted. The Triton was not just shoved, it was lifted and dropped in a tectonic, grinding lurch. Eris was thrown from his feet, plunged under the black, icy water. He thrashed, disoriented, his lungs burning. He breached the surface, gasping, sputtering, and he froze. He was lower. He had fallen. The water level was dropping. He looked over in the blackness, where the sound of the leak had been. The high-pressure scream, it was gone. The lurching of the mudslide, triggered by the serpent's convulsion far above, had shifted the Triton. The pressure was off. The hole, the leak, had stopped. In the dark, he heard Ben Carter's ragged, choked breathing. Doc, Ben whispered, his voice a disbelieving croak. The water, it's going down. What? What just happened? On the surface, the Odyssey was no longer a ship. It was a target. The sonar pulse had been a catastrophic success. The Serpent's convulsion had turned their 3-mile cage into a churning, boiling cauldron. Steam, thick and sulfurous, rose from the water, blanketing the Odyssey in a fog so dense it felt like cotton. On the bridge, Maya clung to a console, her knuckles white. "Damage report," she yelled over the ship's blaring proximity alarms. "We're intact, Captain, but the water, it's gone." Kyle, the first mate, shouted back, his eyes glued to the depth finder. When it convulsed, it lifted its body. "The lagoon, it's draining. We're going to hit the bottom." "No, wait." Peterson, the sonar tech, had his headphones pressed so hard they seemed to be part of his skull. His face was pale. "It's back. The shadow. The head. It's under us." As if summoned by his words, a new, terrible pressure lifted the Odyssey. The ship didn't just rise, it was lifted. A single, sickening groan of stressed metal echoed through the hull as the 20,000-ton vessel was raised clear out of the sea. "It has us," Kyle screamed, as the bridge tilted to a 40-degree angle, sending charts and coffee mugs crashing. "It's lifting us." Maya clawed her way to the forward viewport, wiping away the condensation that had formed on the inside of the glass. The steam outside was a swirling, opaque wall. "Where is it?" she demanded. And then the steam parted. It wasn't a head, not in any biological sense they could understand. It was a shape, a mass of ancient, scaled flesh that rose from the boiling sea like a new continent. It rose and rose and rose until it blotted out the sky. The Odyssey was not being lifted by a tentacle. It was resting on the chin, or perhaps the jaw, of the creature as it surfaced. They were a speck of rust on the tip of its nose. And then it opened its eye. It was the same eye Eris and Ben had seen in the deep, the eye the size of a stadium. But here, in the air, it was not milky and veiled. It was clear. It was intelligent.
And it was focused.
The pupil, a vertical black slit, contracted in the Odyssey's floodlights. It was so close that Maya could see the landscape of its iris, valleys and ridges of ancient, scarred tissue. The eye swiveled in its colossal socket. It looked past the bridge and into it. It saw the tiny, terrified human figures inside. There was a moment of absolute, profound silence on the bridge. Every alarm, every shout died. There was only the sound of their own breathing and the gaze of a god. Far below, in the dark, the water was no longer rising. It was receding. The Triton's cabin was a wreck. In the blackness, Eris Thorne and Ben Carter stood in waist-deep, frigid water, stunned. The high-pressure jet was gone. The violent, churning motion had stopped. "Ben," Eris breathed, his voice a ragged whisper. "What happened? What was that sound?" "That was Maya," Ben said, his voice filled with a strange, dark awe. He was piecing it together. The Odyssey. That was an active sonar pulse. The loudest damn hello in human history. She kicked it. She what? She provoked it, Doc. She's trying to get it to move. To get it off of us. Eris's mind reeled. The convulsion. The mudslide shifting. "My God," he whispered. She's talking to it. With a hammer." The Triton groaned again, but this time, it was a different sound. A settling. A scraping. "The water's still draining," Ben said, a new urgency in his voice. He was fumbling in the dark, his hands finding the auxiliary panel. "The convulsion, it didn't just stop the leak. It moved us. The mud around us is looser." Eris realized he was right. The oppressive, compacted feeling was gone. They were still buried, but they were no longer entombed. "Ben," Eris said, his own hope a flickering, terrified spark. "The thrusters. The ones clogged with mud. If the mud is looser?" "Way ahead of you, Doc," Ben grunted. He had found the manual breaker for the emergency power cell. "We're blind. The main console is fried. But the thrusters, they're on a separate circuit. If I can just get this breaker." There was a heavy thunk clink as Ben forced the massive lever into place. A single, beautiful, pure white emergency light flickered to life. Not the red one. The auxiliary. The cabin was illuminated. They saw the devastation. The fried panels, the water, the mud that caked everything. But they also saw each other, pale, shivering, but alive. On the new, tiny screen that had just lit up, a single word flashed green. Power. And then, a new set of alarms, quiet and insistent, began to beep. Eris looked at the new console.
His hope died.
Then, he said, his voice hollow. The hull sensors. They're active again. And, Ben said, already moving toward the pilot's controls. The tapping, Eris said, pointing at the screen. The parasites. They're back. They're not just at the viewport. They're everywhere. The heat, the explosion, it didn't kill them. It just made them angry. On the bridge of the Odyssey, time had stopped. The world was steam, sulfur, and the unblinking, stadium-sized eye of Jormungandr. It was so close, Maya Chun could see the network of veins, each as thick as a river, pulsing with a slow, ancient rhythm beneath the translucent surface of its Gera. The ship, cradled on the creature's jaw, was terrifyingly stable. It's just looking, Kyle, the first mate, whispered, his voice trembling. He had unholstered his sidearm, a completely useless, pathetic gesture against a creature that was, itself, a geological event. Put that away, Kyle, Maya ordered, her voice a low, steady command. Her eyes never left the creature's. It wasn't intelligence. She knew it with a certainty that chilled her to the bone.
This was not a dumb beast.
This was a presence. Then it blinked. A nictitating membrane, a semi-transparent inner eyelid the size of a city block, swept sideways. It was agonizingly slow. The whoosh of air and displaced steam it created buffeted the Odyssey, making the ship's mast groan in protest. When the eye opened again, it was different. Focused. It had seen them. It had processed them. A new sound began. Not the sonar pulse, not a roar. A rumble. A vibration so low and powerful. It didn't come through the ears. It came through the soles of their feet, resonating from the creature's jaw, through the Odyssey's hull, and into their bones. Captain, Peterson said, his hands shaking so badly he could barely type. The sonar, the passive, it's not noise. It's structured. The frequency, it's impossibly low, but it's complex. It's AAA. A voice, Maya finished for him. She knew it. She felt it. It was asking a question.
What are you?
It's waiting, Maya said, her mind racing. It poked us. We poked it back. Now it's got us, Kyle said, his voice grim. It's going to crush us. No, Maya said. It's deciding. It's curious. She turned. Kyle, floodlights. Turn every single light on this ship, full beam, and point them right at that eye. Captain, are you insane? You'll blind it. You'll make it angry. It's a creature of the deep dark, Maya snapped. It doesn't have eyes like ours. It sees in pressure, in magnetism, in ways we don't know. I want it to see us. I want it to know we are not just metal, that we are here. Do it. Kyle slammed his hand on the console. Instantly, the Odyssey's full array of high-intensity discharge lights, hundreds of thousands of lumens, flashed on, cutting through the steam and illuminating the creature's face in a blinding, artificial daylight. The giant eye reacted. The vertical pupil, a black canyon, constricted instantly, a massive, biological camera shutter adjusting to the light.
It didn't flinch away.
It focused. It stared harder. And Maya Chen, in a move of pure, desperate, human instinct, grabbed the ship's external broadcast microphone. She pushed the button. This is Captain Maya Chen, she said, her voice shaking but carrying the force of command. The ship's powerful loudspeakers blasted her voice into the steam, a tiny, tinny, human sound against the backdrop of a living god. Of the human research vessel, Odyssey. The colossal rumble from the creature stopped. It had heard her. Then, with a slowness that defied its size, it began to move. It lowered its head. The Odyssey began to slide, a terrifying, grinding scrape of metal against ancient, wet scale. Brace for impact.
Kyle screamed.
The ship slid off the creature's jaw and hit the water with a bone-jarring, final crash. The ship heaved, water cascaded over the deck, and the bridge was thrown into chaos. But they were floating. Maya staggered back to the viewport. The lagoon was still there. The wall of scales still encircled them. But the head was gone. It had submerged. It let us go, Peterson whispered in awe. It put us back. It's still here, Maya said, her heart hammering. We are still in its cage. But it listened. She turned, her focus snapping back. What did that move do to the trench? Peterson, get me a signal trace on the Triton.
Now.
In the Triton, the world was noise. The new, single white light illuminated a cabin of chaos. Eris and Ben stood in waist-deep, freezing water. And the hull was screaming. The parasites. Eris yelled over the din, pointing at the auxiliary sensor screen. It was a mass of red proximity alerts. They're everywhere. The tapping was gone, replaced by a universal, high-pitched sizzle. They're not tapping, Doc. Ben yelled back, his face a mask of grim determination. He was in the pilot's chair, his hands flying over the newly powered controls. They're melting. They're boring. It's an acid or an enzyme. My God, the hull, it's not going to hold. We have to move. I'm trying, Ben shouted. He slammed the thruster controls. The Triton groaned and shuddered, but didn't move. We're too packed in. The mud, it's too thick. The Odyssey, it's doing something, Eris said, trying to interpret the new, wild vibrations he was feeling. The whole trench, it's shifting. Just as he said it, a colossal pressure wave, the aftershock of the Odyssey being dropped back into the ocean, miles above, slammed into the looser mud. The Triton was shoved, a violent, sideways lurch that threw Eris against the bulkhead.
Now.
Ben roared. He jammed the thrusters into a desperate, alternating pattern. Full port, full starboard, full port. Rock the cradle. The submersible screamed. The sound of shearing mud and scraping rock was deafening. And then a lurch. A forward lurch. We're moving. Ben yelled, his knuckles white. The Triton was plowing through the silt, blind, like a mole in concrete. We're not up, but we're out of that grave. Eris scrambled back to the sensor screen. His face fell. Ben, he said, his voice dead. The sensors, the parasites. They're not gone. They're still on us. Ben Carter stared into the forward viewport, which was just a solid wall of black mud and white light. We're not free, Ben said, his voice low. We just took the whole swarm with us. And we are still very, very buried. The single, auxiliary light in the Triton's cabin cast a harsh, clinical glow on the two men. They stood in the dark, freezing water, which lapped at their waists, sloshing with every agonizing, grinding lurch of the submersible. They were moving, but they were not escaping. The hull, Dr. Eris Thorne said, his voice flat with a terror that went beyond panic. He was at the auxiliary console, his eyes fixed on a schematic. The integrity it's collapsing. Ben, it's not a leak. It's a dissolve. He was right. The sound, the high-pitched, universal sizzle, was the sound of their armor failing. The parasites, the swarm, were not just boring in one place. They were coating the Triton, their acidic, enzymatic secretions working in horrifying unison, melting the titanium shell. 60%, Eris read. 59, 58. I'm going as fast as I can, Doc. Ben Carter yelled, his arms straining as he fought the controls. The pilot's chair was half submerged. He was flying a 200-ton submersible through semi-solid mud, blind. The mud is like concrete. I'm getting resistance. It's getting thicker, not looser. We're not going to make it, Eris said, staring at the numbers. At this rate, we have 90 seconds. 90 seconds before we have multiple breaches. Before they get in. Ben stopped fighting the controls. He looked at Eris, his face, streaked with grime and lit by the single white bulb, was a mask of cold fury. 90 seconds, Ben repeated. He looked at his console. Okay, if we can't scrape him off, and we can't outrun him, then we burn him off. Burn them? Eris's head snapped up. With what? Where? The thrusters, Doc, Ben said, his fingers flying across a new panel, bypassing safety locks he himself had helped design. They're clogged with mud, but the engine's the core is still hot. It's a fusion cell battery. If I bypass the coolant safeties and dump the entire emergency cell into one single focused pulse, I can create a thermal bloom, a fireball, a bubble of superheated steam right behind us. Eris's scientific mind grasped it instantly. A thermal shock. It could kill them. It could cook them right off the hull. Yeah, Ben said, his finger hovering over a final, glowing red-covered switch. But the heat, Eris stammered. The internal systems were sitting in water, Ben. you'll boil us alive, and that the blowback in this mud, it could fuse us in place. A coffin of glass. 50%, Doc, Ben said, nodding to Eris's screen. We're already in the coffin. This is me, trying to kick the lid off. Strap in. This is our last shot. Eris grabbed a handhold, his knuckles white. Do it. On the Odyssey's bridge, panic had been replaced by a tense, focused silence. I have them, Peterson, the sonar tech, said, his voice quiet. The bridge was dark, lit only by the glow of the consoles. I have engine noise. It's the Triton. God in heaven, they're moving. Maya Chun was at his shoulder in an instant.
Where?
Which way? Laterally, Peterson said, pointing to the 3D map of the trench. A tiny, flickering icon, representing the Triton, was crawling sideways, deep under the mudslide. They're trying to get out of the main debris field, trying to reach the open trench wall. They're almost there. They'll make it, Kyle said, a note of hope in his voice. No, Peterson said, his face ashen. He hit a new filter. A larger, fainter, much more terrifying shadow appeared on the map. They're not the only ones moving. Maya's blood ran cold. The head, Jormungandr. It's pacing them, Captain, Peterson whispered. It's below them, in the open trench. It's like a cat, watching a mouse under a rug. It's waiting for them. It's waiting for them to break free. Maya realized in horror. It's hunting. Just as she said it, Peterson's console screamed. A massive, unidentified energy spike, originating from the Triton's icon. What is that? Kyle yelled. I don't know. Peterson shouted, ripping off his headphones as a blast of static feedback hit him. A power surge? An explosion? They're their engine signatures. Captain, it's gone. Inside the Triton, Ben Carter slammed his fist on the switch. There was no sound. There was just a lurch. A single, sickening, forward shove that felt as if a giant had drop-kicked the submersible. Eris was thrown against the bulkhead, his head hitting metal with a crack. The cabin's single white light died. Plunged into total, utter blackness, Eris tasted copper. He was floating in the dark, in the water, his ears ringing, his lungs empty. And it was silent. The sizzle, the sound of the parasites, was gone. The grinding, the sound of the mud, was gone. The hiss of the air scrubbers, even that was gone. Ben, Eris whispered, his voice trembling in the void. Ben, you killed us. A flicker, a hiss. The auxiliary light sparked, sputtered, and then, miraculously, caught. The white bulb, now at half power, illuminated the cabin. Ben Carter was slumped in his chair, a small trickle of blood coming from his nose. He was laughing, a quiet, breathless, painful laugh. Doc, he coughed, wiping his face. Look. He was pointing at the forward viewport. Eris turned, his body aching. He looked. The wall of mud was gone. The thermal blast, the controlled explosion, had not just cooked the parasites off their hull. It had acted as a shaped charge, blasting them and the mud in front of them forward. They were no longer in the mud. They were floating, in the dark, in open, black water. We're out, Eris whispered, tears of relief and pain freezing on his face. We did it. We're in the trench. Ben's smile faded. He was looking at his sonar. The blast had fried almost every system, except the one he was staring at. Yeah, Doc, Ben said, his voice a hollow, terrified whisper. We're out. And he knows it. Eris turned to the sonar screen. It was almost black, except for one single return. An object, so large it defied the screen's parameters, was rising from the abyss below them. It was not rising fast. It was rising with purpose. The head of Jormungandr was coming up to greet them. The single, pale, auxiliary light in the Triton was a fragile defense against the infinite blackness of the trench. The water in the cabin, now still and freezing, lapped at Eris and Ben's waists. The silence was absolute. The parasites were gone. The mud was gone. All that remained was the sonar screen. The screen was a simple, stark black circle, and rising from the bottom edge was a solid red mass. A wall of impossible density. It wasn't just an object, it was a new geography, one that was actively and calmly ascending to meet them. Then, Eris Thorn whispered, his voice a dry crackle. The thrusters. Anything. Give me anything. Ben Carter's hands were on the controls, but it was a phantom gesture. He toggled the switches. He hit the ignition panels. Nothing. The thermal bloom had been a final, desperate act. The engines were not just offline, they were slag. "She's dead, Doc," Ben said, his voice hollow. He didn't even sound afraid. He sounded final. "The battery cell is gone."
Cooked.
"We're a rock. A very expensive, very leaky rock." "So, we just wait?" Eris asked, unable to take his eyes off the sonar. The red mass now filled half the screen. "We wait," Ben said. He unbuckled his harness, a useless gesture, and stood up in the dark water. He just stood and watched the viewport. On the Odyssey's bridge, the silence of the Triton was replaced by a new, frantic, digital scream. "Captain, the Triton," Peterson yelled, his voice cracking with a mixture of joy and terror. They're free. They're in the open water column. I have their beacon. It's faint, but they're alive." A wave of relief, so powerful it was almost nauseating, washed over the bridge. Maya Chen closed her eyes for a single second, her knees weak. "But, Captain," Peterson's voice cut through the relief, sharp and cold. The anomaly. The serpent's head. It's not on the surface anymore. It's deep. Oh, God, look at this." He changed the main display. It was now a 3D tactical plot of the Aleutian Trench. A tiny, flickering green, labeled Triton, was floating at 31,000 feet, and rising from the abyss beneath it was a signature so large the computer had simply tagged it as unclassified geological mass. But it was moving.
Fast.
On a direct, undeniable, intercept course. "It's a high-speed intercept, Captain," Peterson said, his voice trembling. They broke free from the mud and landed, right in its mouth. They're just sitting there," Kyle, the first mate, whispered, staring at the screen. "Why aren't they moving?" "They can't," Maya said, her mind racing, the awful truth clear. That energy spike, that was their engines. That was everything. They're dead in the water. They have no power." The bridge fell silent. They were watching an execution. In the Triton, the sonar screen blipped and then went black. The red mass had not disappeared. It had become the entire screen. It was here. "Ben," Eris whispered. "I see it," Ben said, his voice low. A new something entered the cabin. Not a sound, not a vibration, a light. It was soft. A faint, ghostly, blue-green glow. It wasn't coming from the dying auxiliary bulb. It was coming from outside. What? Eris breathed. He looked at the viewport. The blackness was gone. They were no longer in the dark. They were floating in a cathedral of soft, ethereal, green light. The light was coming from everywhere. "Bioluminescence," Eris whispered, his mind, even now, cataloging. The creature, its magnetic field or an electrical field. It's so powerful. It's agitating the water. It's making the plankton glow. They were in a cloud of light, a living fog. And in that fog, shadows moved. And then the fog cleared. The great head of Jormungandr eclipsed the light. It was there. It was not approaching. It had arrived. The viewport was filled, not with a body part, but with a landscape. A mountain of dark, ancient, scarred scales. And at the center of that landscape was the eye. It was different from when they had seen it on the surface. On the surface, it had been curious, angry. Here, in its home, in the deep, in the absolute dark, the eye, it was calm. It was possessive. The vertical, obsidian pupil was focused. It was not looking at the Triton. It was looking into the Triton. It was looking at them. And then the rumble. It was not a sound. It was a thought, a pressure, a physical force that vibrated the water in their very bones, in their skulls. Eris and Ben grabbed their heads, crying out in agony as the low-frequency voice washed over them. It was not a question.
It was a statement. Mine.
The Triton, dead in the water, shuddered. The groaning of metal, it wasn't groaning. It was scraping. Ben. Eris gasped, the pressure in his skull fading to a dull, pounding ache. What was that? We're moving, Doc, Ben said, his voice choked. He was staring at the auxiliary navigation screen, which was now showing a slow, steady drift. We're moving. Sideways. Eris looked at him, confused. The current? There is no current, Ben said, his eyes wide with a new, final terror as he stared at the eye in the viewport. It's not pushing us. It's not bumping us. He pointed a shaking finger at the viewport.
At the eye.
It's holding us, document. The magnetic field, the force. It's taking us. We're in its grip. The sensation was not of movement. It was of being moved. Inside the Triton's half-flooded, half-lit cabin, there was no turbulence, no vibration of engines, no sense of acceleration. There was only the smooth, dreamlike, and utterly terrifying feeling of being carried by an invisible hand. The water at Eris Thorn's waist was still, the surface unbroken. The only light was the ethereal, blue-green glow from the agitated plankton outside, and the single, colossal, unblinking moon that was the Serpent's eye. It paced them, or more accurately, it led them. The Triton was locked in a force field, a magnetic or perhaps biological grip, and was being pulled through the abyssal dark, a tiny trophy for a creature that defined the very concept of colossal. The compass, Eris stammered, his teeth chattering, the cold and new, relentless enemy. Ben, the auxiliary compass. What's our heading? Ben Carter, standing in the frigid water, his hands hanging uselessly at his sides, just shook his head. It's gone, document. The needle's just spinning, like a kid's top. The magnetic field out there, it's not a field. It's a storm. It's rewritten the rules. We're not going up, Eris said, his own scientific mind desperately trying to find a pattern, a why in the face of impossible what. The pressure gauge, it's stable. 31,000 feet. We're not ascending. We're not descending. It's just taking us. Taking us where, Doc? Ben asked, his voice low, his eyes fixed on the eye in the viewport. A tour of the trench? A midnight snack? No. Eris whispered, a new, stranger, and somehow more terrifying thought dawning. It's not hungry. It's curious. It's a collector. We are a thing. A new, shiny thing it found in its garden. He was right. The gaze from the colossal eye was not the gaze of a predator. It was not anger. It was not hunger. It was focus. A cold, ancient, and absolute interest. The Triton and the two men inside it were a curiosity, and the Serpent was taking them home. On the bridge of the Odyssey, the tactical plot was no longer a scene of an execution.
It was a kidnapping.
The tiny, blinking green icon of the Triton was now moving in perfect, terrifying lockstep with the massive, continent-sized red mass of unclassified geological mass. It has them, Captain. Peterson, the sonar tech, said, his voice a mixture of awe and horror. They're moving. West-northwest. Following the trench line. Speed, 30, 35, 40 knots. 40 knots. Cal, the first mate, gripped the console. That's impossible. A submersible, a creature, at that depth, at that speed. It should tear them apart. It's not them that's moving, Kyle, Mayachin said, her voice a low, dangerous monotone. She was staring at the screen, her mind racing. It's the water. It's creating a current. A slipstream. It's wrapped them in a bubble. It's protecting them, while it steals them. Captain, Peterson said, his voice suddenly different. Lighter. Captain, look at us. Maya tore her eyes from the tactical plot and looked at their own ship's status. The proximity alarms were silent. The hull stress sensors were green. The wall, Kyle whispered, stumbling to the forward viewport, which was no longer filled with steam or scales. It was dark. The lagoon. Captain, it's gone. He was right. The Odyssey was floating in the open, rolling, normal North Pacific. The colossal, living prison that had held them had simply vanished. It let us go, Peterson breathed, a wave of shaky relief in his voice. It submerged. We're free. Maya Chen's fist came down on the console with a bang that made both men jump. No, she snarled, her eyes flashing with a cold, pure fury. We're not free. We've been dismissed. It showed us. It took them. It showed us it was taking them. And then it let us go. It's telling us they are mine. And you are irrelevant. A heavy, cold silence filled the bridge. The Serpent had not just beaten them. It had ignored them. Maya straightened, her back rigid. Mr. Kyle, she said, her voice no longer a whisper, but a sharp, iron command. Get me our engines. Now. Captain?
Cal said, startled.
Our engines? Two to where? We can't follow them. We can't dive. No, Maya said, her eyes fixed on the tactical plot, on the two icons, Triton and Serpent, moving in terrifying unison, a captive and a captor, into the deep dark. We can't follow them down. She pointed to the screen. But we will follow them up. Mr. Peterson.
Get me a surface track.
Match its heading. I want us directly on top of them. We are shadowing that creature. We are not leaving them. The Odyssey, small, battered, and hopelessly outmatched, moved. Its engines roared to life, a tiny, defiant, human sound in the vast, ancient ocean. The chase had begun. The Triton was a dead thing, a ghost ship pulled by an invisible, omnipotent chain. Inside the cabin, the cold was a living entity. The freezing trench water, still waist-deep, had leached all warmth from Eris Thorne and Ben Carter. Their movements were slow, their words slurred by violent, uncontrollable shivering. The single, dim, auxiliary light cast a weak, watery glow, reflecting off the dark surface of the water inside their own ship. Time. Eris managed to chatter, his teeth clicking. How long? Ben, leaning heavily against the bulkhead, his own face a pale, bluish-gray, glanced at his dive watch. The internal chronometer was still working. 3 hours document. We've been moving for 3 hours. 3 hours. At 40 knots. They had traveled nearly 150 miles, pulled through the pitch-black, crushing heart of the Aleutian Trench. It's not slowing down, Ben murmured, his eyes hollow and tired, fixed on the viewport. The view had not changed. It was a constant, hypnotic, terrifying rush of ethereal blue-green light. The Serpent's sheer presence was still agitating the water, turning the surrounding ocean into a glowing fog. They were moving so fast that the trench wall, when it got close, was just a blurred, solid shadow against the green haze. Where? Eris whispered, his scientific mind, though numbed by cold and terror, still trying to process. Where is it taking us? This isn't hunting. This isn't feeding. This is purpose. It's a dragon, Doc. Ben slurred a grim, fatalistic humor in his voice. It's taking us back to its hoard. As if summoned by his words, the Triton changed. It wasn't a lurch. It was a turn. A smooth, banked gravitational feeling. The invisible grip that held them was no longer pulling them straight. It was descending. Pressure. Eris gasped, his eyes flying to the auxiliary gauge, which was, miraculously, still active. We're going down. 31,000 feet. 32, 33. My God, Ben, we're going deeper. The soft, green glow outside intensified, and the blurred shapes, they were no longer just rock. Doc, Ben said, his voice suddenly sharp, cutting through a shiver.
He was pointing.
The light. Look at the walls. Eris, his body aching, pulled himself to the viewport. His breath fogged the cold acrylic, then vanished. He stared. They were in a canyon, a new, narrower subtrench. And the walls, they were carved. It wasn't natural erosion. It wasn't the jagged, chaotic crack of a tectonic plate. The walls, illuminated in the ghostly, bioluminescent glow, were smooth, patterned. They were covered in structures,
not buildings.
Nothing so human. They were columns. Colossal, hexagonal, basalt-like pillars so vast, so ancient that they made the mountains of the trench look young. And arches. Impossible, sweeping arches that connected one side of the vast canyon to the other, miles above their heads. This is impossible, Eris whispered, his hand pressing against the viewport as if he could touch it. This is not geology. This is architecture. Who? Ben breathed. Who builds a city at 35,000 feet? The first one, Eris said, his mind exploding with a revelation so terrible it eclipsed his fear of death. Not
Jormungandr.
Something before. This isn't its home. This is its trophy room. This is its lair. And we. He looked at Ben, his eyes wide with a final, awful understanding. We are the newest acquisition. The Triton was slowing. The invisible grip was depositing them. Below them, in the center of the vast, sunless, glowing canyon on a floor of smooth, black, obsidian-like rock was a collection. The glowing water illuminated them. The wrecks of ships. Not human ships. Things of metal and crystal and bone. Shapes that made no sense. And one that did. A dark, familiar shape.
A.
World. War.
2 submarine. A.
German. U-boat. Sitting perfectly on the bottom. And the Triton was being lowered right beside it. On the surface, the Odyssey was at war with the ocean. Captain. Kyle yelled over the roar of the wind and the crash of waves. A storm had blown up, as if the planet itself was trying to stop them. Here we're on it. We're right on top of its track. But the signal? Captain, look. Myachin stared at the tactical plot. The green Triton icon and the red Serpent icon had stopped. They were at rest. Together. 7 miles straight down. They're not moving, Peterson said, his voice a disbelieving whisper. The Triton's beacon, it's fading, Captain. The power, it's dying. This is it. The last transmission. The green that flickered. No, Maya whispered. It flickered again.
And then it went black.
The screen was just the red mass. Alone. Signal lost, Peterson said, his voice hollow. Captain, they're gone. The impact, when it came, was not a crash. It was a settling. A soft, almost gentle shush as the Triton's keel met the obsidian-like floor of the sunless canyon. And then the grip was gone. The invisible, magnetic force that had held them captive for hours simply vanished. The Triton was free, and it was dead. Inside the cabin, the single, dying auxiliary bulb flickered.
Once. Twice.
It cast a weak, pulsing, ghostly light on the 2 men, standing numbly in the chest-deep, black, freezing water. The water, no longer sloshing, was a still, dark mirror, reflecting the pale, gaunt faces of Eris Thorne and Ben Carter. Hypothermia was no longer a threat. It was a reality. Their shivering had slowed, replaced by a profound, heavy numbness. We're down, Ben Carter slurred, his words thick, his lips blue in the dying light. It landed us. Like a toy. A specimen, Eris whispered, his own mind slow, syrupy, and strangely calm. The terror was gone, burned away, leaving only a cold, clinical acceptance. It's adding us to the collection. He looked through the viewport. The ethereal green glow of the agitated water was fading, as if the creature's vast energy field was retracting. But the eye was still there. It filled their world. A single, colossal, unblinking moon, staring at its new prize, framed by the impossible, carved, hexagonal pillars of the alien city. It was observing. The auxiliary light sputtered. Ben fumbled at his wrist, his numb fingers struggling. He activated the backlight on his dive watch. A tiny, green, digital glow lit up his face. Time to go, Dark. Doc, he whispered. As he said it, the auxiliary bulb gave a final, desperate hiss, and died. They were plunged into a darkness so absolute, so total, it felt like a physical weight. A blackness broken only by 2 things. The tiny, green glow of Ben's watch and the vast, ancient, watching eye. It's been an honor, Doc. Ben's voice came from the dark. You too? Ben, Eris replied, his own voice a ghost. He closed his eyes. This was it, the end of the line. Left to die in a museum at the bottom of the world. And then the eye moved. It blinked. A slow, agonizing, tectonic shift of an eyelid. And when it opened, the green, glowing fog was gone. Jormungandr was leaving. Its head, its gaze was receding. It had deposited its prize. And now it was done. They were alone. In the dark. On the bridge of the Odyssey, the storm raged. The ship heaved and crashed against waves the size of buildings. And on the tactical plot, the green light had vanished. Signal lost. Peterson's words were flat. Final. The Triton's beacon is dead. They're gone. Kyle, the first mate, slumped into a chair, his face buried in his hands. A funereal, suffocating silence filled the bridge, a silence more profound than the roar of the storm outside. They had failed. Myachin stood motionless. She stared at the screen at the one single icon that remained. The massive, red, unclassified mass.
Jormungandr.
Was still there, sitting stationary 7 miles down. It's guarding them, Kyle whispered, his voice broken. It's sitting on their grave. Maya shook her head, a tiny, almost imperceptible motion. No, she whispered, her voice a dry rasp. Her crew looked at her. Her face was a mask of grief so cold it looked like fury. Captain?
Peterson asked gently.
There's nothing more we can do. We have to. We are not leaving, Maya said, her voice cutting through the air. Ma'am, Kyle said, standing up. There is no
power,
no
air, no hope. They are gone.
We have to. What if they're not? Maya's voice was rising, a strange, dangerous, brittle energy in it. She was vibrating. She turned her eyes wild and bright.
The heat, she said.
Captain? The creature, she snapped, jabbing a finger at the red icon. It lives in the deep. It thrives on heat. The thermal vents. The planet's core. That canyon down there, it's not just a lair. It has to be warm. It must be a geothermal hotspot. That's why it's there. That's its nest. Kyle stared at her. Ma'am, even if it is there in a flooded sub, they are alive. Maya screamed, slamming her hand on the console. The crack of the impact silenced the storm. The signal is gone, she said, her voice now a low, shaking, intense monotone. But they are not. They are alive.
Down there.
In the dark. And in the warmth. She took a deep, shuddering breath. Mr. Peterson, she commanded, her voice iron. I want every single sensor we have aimed at that spot. Passive sonar. Thermal scanners. Magnetometers. I want to know if a crab sneezes down there. Understood. Yes. Captain, Peterson said, his fingers already flying. Mr. Kyle, she said. Aye, Captain. Get me station keeping. I don't care about this storm. I don't care if we have to fight every wave. This ship is not moving. We are not a ship anymore. We are a tombstone. And we are waiting. Odyssey groaned as its thrusters fought the ocean. 7 miles down in the cold, dark grave, 2 men were dying. And 7 miles up, a single spark of insane, desperate hope was refusing to die. Absolute darkness. It was a physical presence, a thick, cold, velvet void that pressed in from all sides. Inside the Triton, the only sound was the slow, shallow, ragged breathing of 2 dying men. The water, chest deep, was a still, black, liquid tomb. Eris Thorne was floating, his body numb, his mind a slow, cold river of fading thoughts. He was so tired. The shivering it had stopped. That was bad. He knew that was bad. Terminal hypothermia. The body gives up. He felt a strange peace. Ben, he whispered. His voice was a dry, weak nothing. He wasn't even sure if he'd said it aloud. Yeah, Doc, Ben Carter's voice replied. A ghost in the dark. Still here. It's not cold anymore. That's nice. Not cold? Eris's dying scientific mind flickered. A single spark. No. Then he slurred, forcing the words, forcing his brain to work. That's bad. We're shutting down. But wait. It wasn't freezing. The water in the trench was 2 degrees. It should have killed them hours ago. But this water, it was just cold, like a lake, not like an iceberg. Then, Eris said, his voice a little stronger. A tiny bit of adrenaline. Your watch.
The light.
Turn it off. Doc. Off.
Now.
Just for a second. A fumbling in the dark. A click. The tiny green pinprick of light vanished. And the darkness was no longer absolute. My God. Eris breathed. It was faint. So faint a living eye would miss it. But to 2 men who had been in total blackness, it was its sunrise. A deep, dull, almost invisible, red glow. It was coming from outside, through the viewport. Then, Eris whispered, his numb hands finding the bulkhead. He pulled himself up. The floor. The canyon floor. It's glowing. Ben was silent. Then a wet splash as he moved to the viewport. It's a vent, Ben whispered, his own voice now vibrating with a new energy. A geothermal vent. Doc. It's hot. The rock is glowing. It's the lair, Eris whispered, the pieces slamming into place in his cold mind. It's why he's here. The heat. From the planet's core. The water around us, it's 30 degrees. Celsius, maybe more. It's a hot tub. They weren't freezing. They were warm. We're not dead, Ben, Eris said, his voice cracking.
He laughed.
A broken bark. No, Ben said, his own hope a terrifying new weight. We're not dead. We're just drowning in the dark. With no power. And no air. The red ember glowed. Odyssey, the storm raged. Captain Peterson's voice was raw. He'd been staring at static for an hour. This is useless. The storm, noise, the depth. I can't hear anything but the planet screaming at me. Maya-chan did not move. Her eyes were fixed on the dark screen. Switch to thermal, Mr. Peterson, she said, her voice hoarse. Stop listening and look. Thermal? Peterson grumbled. At 7 miles? Through this much water? Captain, the signal attenuation is... Do it, she hissed. Peterson sighed and flipped the sensor. His screen changed from static to a blur of blue and green. See? Nothing. Just cold, he said. Filter for extremes, Maya commanded. Push the gain. Amplify it. I want to see the core of the Earth if you have to. Peterson's fingers flew, pushing gain, filtering for anomalies. His voice stopped. His screen flashed. A new color appeared. A vast, beautiful, terrifying splotch of deep red and bright yellow. My God, Peterson whispered. Captain, you were right. It's not a spot. It's a field. A massive geothermal field. The entire canyon floor is lit up. The water down there, it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a city of volcanoes. Where are they? Maya demanded. I don't know. Peterson stammered, his mind racing. It's too bright. It drowns out everything. Wait. The sub. It's titanium. It's flooded. It's cold. It would sink the heat. It would be a shadow. Find it, Maya ordered. Scanning for occlusions, thermal shadows on the edge of the vent field. Nothing, wait. He zoomed in. He hit a filter. And there it was. Not a shape. Not a light. But an absence. A tiny, perfectly triton-shaped smudge of cold blue sitting right next to a roaring yellow vent. I have them, Peterson whispered, his voice breaking. Captain, I have them. They are there. Maya stared at the cold blue smudge. They were alive. They're alive, she breathed. She turned to
Kyle.
Her face was no longer a mask of grief. It was a terrifying mask of resolve. They are warm. They are alive. But they are out of air. And they are out of power. She pointed at the screen. Mr. Kyle, get me a plan. How do we jumpstart a dead submersible from 7 miles away? On the bridge of the Odyssey, the storm howled, a symphony of chaos. But inside, there was a new, terrifyingly sharp silence. They had a target, a cold, blue, triton-shaped smudge 7 miles down. They were alive. A plan, Maya-chan said, her voice hoarse, but burning with a new, terrifying intensity. Mr. Kyle, a plan. How do we jumpstart them? Kyle, the first mate, looked at her, his face a mask of exhausted disbelief. Captain, he said, his voice flat, trying to be the anchor of reason. Let's walk this through. To jumpstart them, we need to get power to them. We have no cable long enough. Her deepest ROV is rated for 20,000 feet. They are at 36. We have nothing that can survive that pressure. He took a breath, his shoulders slumping. And even if we did that red mass, he jabbed a finger at the other icon on the screen, the one that still sat on guard, is right there. We can't send anything down. It will be seen. It will be destroyed. Maya, it's impossible. We found them, and now we just have to watch them die. No, Maya said. Her voice was quiet. She was pacing. No, jumpstart is the wrong word. We're not giving them power. We are not sending anything. We are telling them where to get it. Kyle and Peterson just stared at her. Maya stopped. She pointed at the thermal screen, at the roaring yellow and red splotch. That, she said, her voice vibrating. That vent, that heat, that is energy. Pure, raw thermal energy. Limitless power. Right next to them. Captain Peterson said gently, "That's thermoelectric generation. The Triton has that system. But Eris and Ben told us their engines are dead. Their systems are fried. They can't use it if they have no power to start the system. They have Ben, Carter." Maya snapped. "They have Eris,
Thorn. They have parts.
What they don't have is hope. What they don't have is a reason. We have to talk to them." "Captain, their comms are dead," Kyle yelled, his frustration boiling over. "Their beacon is dead. We have no way. We have the sonar," Maya said, her eyes narrow. Peterson froze. His blood ran cold. "Captain, no. Please, no. The last time we used that, we almost died. The creature is right there. It will hear us. It will attack us again." "We're not yelling at it," Maya hissed. "We're whispering to them. Peterson, the active sonar. Can you focus the beam? A tight beam pulse. Low power. Aimed not at the creature. Aimed at the canyon. Aimed at that cold blue smudge. Focus a sonar beam 7 miles down." Peterson stammered. "They scatter. The pressure layers, the thermal clines. It's not possible." "Try," Maya commanded. "I don't want a shout. I want a tap. A coded tap. A single pulse. Can you send Morse code?" Peterson stared at his console. The logic was insane, but it was logic. I can try," he whispered, "but it will hear. It will know." "It's a bet," Maya said, her face grim. "We are betting that it doesn't care about a tiny whisper. We are betting that its arrogance is bigger than its curiosity. Charge the system. Low power. Coded message. SOS. Just SOS. Over and over." And the Triton, the air was thick. The red glow from the vents was their new sun. It was a hellish, beautiful light. The cabin was warm. The water was no longer a threat. It was a hot bath. But Eris, Thorn was dying. "Ben," he gasped. His chest was tight. The air was heavy, poisonous. CO2. "I know, Doc." Ben's voice came from the darkness on the other side of the cabin. He was panting. "It's getting thick. The scrubbers are dead. We traded freezing for suffocating." "It's ironic," Eris coughed. "All that energy." He nodded at the red-lit viewport. "All that heat. And we can't use it. The converters are dead. The circuits are fried. We can see salvation, but we can't touch it." They sat in the warm, red silence, listening to each other slowly suffocate. Ping. A tiny sound. A faint metallic vibration through the hull. Eris lifted his heavy head. "What was that?" "A rock," Ben gasped. "The vent settling?" Ping, ping, ping. Eris froze. "That's not random." Ping, ping, ping. Ben pushed himself up. His heart hammered. He knew that rhythm. He knew it in his bones. Doc, Ben whispered, his voice cracking. That's not a rock. Ping, ping, ping. That's S. Ben breathed. Ping, ping, ping. Oh. Ping, ping, ping. S. Ben grabbed Eris's shoulder, his grip iron. Eris, listen. Someone is out there. Someone is knocking. Ping, ping, ping. The sound was tiny. It was impossible, but it was real. Inside the warm, suffocating darkness of the Triton, the Morse code for SLS was a physical jolt. It was a shot of pure, undiluted adrenaline cutting through the thick CO2-induced fog in Eris and Ben's minds. Maya, Eris Thorn breathed, his voice a ragged whisper. The word was a prayer. She's up there. She knows. She's yelling at us, Doc. Ben Carter panted, his own mind, the engineer's mind, igniting. The lethargy, the peaceful, suffocating end, was shattered. He was no longer a victim. He was a mechanic. He grabbed Eris, his grip surprisingly strong, energized by the impossible. They're talking, Doc. That means they're waiting. But they can't help us. We have to help ourselves. Then, Eris gasped, his lungs burning. The air so thick. The vent. The heat. That's what she's telling us. The power. It's right there. I know, Ben said, his voice a low, frantic growl. He was already moving, splashing through the chest-deep water, his hands fumbling in the dark over the dead main console. The thermoelectric converters. They're built into the hull. They're designed for this, to suck juice from vents. But they're dead. Eris coughed, following him. The circuits are fried. The startup system is gone. A system needs a spark, Doc. Ben yelled, his voice echoing crazily in the tiny, dark cabin. A car needs a battery to turn the engine. The engine is out there. He slapped the hull, the heat. We just need a battery.
He stopped.
He froze. The medkit, he whispered.
What?
Eris gasped. The medkit. Ben roared, a maniacal laugh in his voice. He dove under the water.
Ben.
No. Eris screamed. A second later, Ben burst up, gasping, water cascading off him in the dull red glow. In his hands was a heavy yellow plastic box, the emergency medical kit. It's waterproof, he panted, slamming it on the dry top of the console. He ripped the latches open. Then the air. Eris choked, leaning against the bulkhead. Black spots danced in his vision. I know. Document, hold on. Ben tore out bandages, syringes, gauze, and then the portable defibrillator. A self-contained unit
With its own battery.
It's charged, Ben whispered, staring at the tiny green, ready light. It has to be one charge, one good shock. He didn't hesitate. He ripped the paddles off, shattering the casing, exposing the wires. He grabbed his dive knife. On the Odyssey, Peterson sat, rigid. Pulse sent, Captain, he whispered. The entire bridge was holding its breath. And now we wait. Did it hear? Kyle asked, his eyes glued to the massive red Jormungandr icon.
It hadn't moved.
It's ignoring us, Maya breathed, a cold hope in her voice. It thinks we're irrelevant.
Good.
Peterson.
Keep that
SOS.
pulse going.
Steady. Rhythmic. Let them know we're here. Ping, ping, ping. Captain, Peterson said, his voice suddenly tight. He was staring at the thermal display. The blue smudge.
Train.
It's changing. Changing how? Maya snapped. The internal temperature. It's fluctuating. Wildly. Something inside is generating spikes of heat. Electrical spikes. They're doing something. My God, Captain. They're trying. They heard us. They're trying. Triton, the air was black. Poison. Then, Eris gasped. I can't breathe. 1 minute, Doc, Ben panted. He had the wires. He had the defibrillator. He had stripped the cover off the thermoelectric converter's startup panel. It was a mass of fried circuits. I have to find the right relay dock, he mumbled, his words slurring from hypoxia. One shot. I miss. I fried the battery for nothing. I hit it right. He looked at
Eris.
his face a red-lit skull in the vent's glow. I hope this works, he said. He pressed the stripped wires against 2 points on the circuit board. He hit a shock button on the defibrillator. Whump. A massive blue-white spark jumped from the wires. The smell of ozone and burnt plastic filled the air. The defibrillator's green light died. And nothing. No, Ben whispered, slumping forward.
No,
I missed. Eris coughed, a deep, wet cough. He was losing consciousness. It's okay, Ben. You tried.
He stopped.
A sound. Not a ping. A hiss. A low, steady, beautiful electronic hum. Eris looked up. On the dead console, a single, tiny red indicator light was flickering. And then it stayed on. And next to it, a fan kicked in. CO2 scrubber. A gust of cold, clean, blessed air hit Eris in the face. You did it. Eris gasped, sucking in the oxygen. Ben, you crazy son of... You did it. Ben lifted his head. He was crying. He was laughing. The red light shone on his face. A system was on. The first breath of clean air was a violent, coughing gasp. Eris Thorne and Ben Carter, standing in the chest-deep warm water, doubled over, hacking, their lungs expelling the toxic CO2, saturated air, and fighting for the new, life-giving oxygen. The Triton was no longer silent. A low, beautiful, steady hum had joined the dull red glow from the viewport. The CO2 scrubbers were turning, and one by one, like stars appearing in the dark, tiny indicator lights on the auxiliary panel were flickering to life. Power, Ben Carter panted, his voice a hoarse, giddy whisper. He slumped into the half-submerged pilot's chair, his head in his hands. We have power. The thermoelectric converters, jump-started by a defibrillator and fueled by the raw, volcanic heat of the vent, were working. They were sucking in the massive temperature differential and turning it into a slow, steady, vital trickle of electricity. Life support is stable, Eris gasped, his eyes scanning the new, weakly lit panels. Air is green. Cabin temperature is stable. We're living, Ben. We are living. The ping, ping, ping from the outside stopped. The SOS was over. Eris and Ben looked at each other, the sudden silence terrifying. She stopped, Eris said, his newfound hope wavering. Did we take too long? No, Ben said, his head snapping up.
No.
She's waiting. She was knocking. Now she's listening. We have to answer her. He lunged for the main console.
It was still dark. Fried.
The main comms are slag, he muttered. The beacon is gone. We can't talk. Then, Eris said, his own mind, now clear of hypoxia, racing. The sonar. She talked to us with sonar. Can we talk back? Ben froze. He looked at his board. The active sonar, the big ping, that system was dead. But the hydrophone, he whispered. The passive sonar. Ears. They're just microphones. But the transducer, the part that makes the ping, it's a separate circuit. It's low power. It's designed to not fail. It's right here. His fingers, still numb and shaking, flew over a protected panel. He ripped the cover off. Inside, a small, simple, manual override key.
A
Morse code key. It was ancient tech. Unfailable. I have power, he whispered, rerouting the new trickle of electricity. I have a key. I have a voice. He looked at Eris, his eyes wild. What do we say? Tell her we're alive. Eris breathed, then put his finger on the key. Odyssey. Peterson stared at his screen. SOS is out, Captain, he said, his voice shaking. Now we listen. Did it move? Maya demanded, her eyes fixed on the red Jormungandr icon. No, ma'am, Kyle answered. It just sits It doesn't care about our little pings. It's too big. Captain, Peterson gasped. His hands flew to his headphones. Captain, I am getting a signal. Not an echo. A new signal. From their depth. From their position. The bridge fell silent. A faint, tinny sound came from Peterson's speakers. Ping, 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 S. Peterson breathed. Ping, 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 oh. Ping, 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 S. It's there. SOS. Kyle whispered. There. Wait, Maya commanded. The message changed. Ping, A. Ping, 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 L. Ping, 1. Ping, 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 5. Ping,
E. A. L. I. V.
E. Peterson read aloud, his voice cracking, tears streaming down his face. Alive. Captain, they're alive. A cheer erupted on the bridge, a burst of joy so violent it shook the room. Maya grabbed the console, her knuckles white. She let the joy last 4-5 seconds. Shut up, she yelled. He's still talking. The cheer died. The pings continued. Ping, ping, N, ping, 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 O, ping, E, ping, ping, N, ping, G, ping, 1, ping, ping, N, ping,
E.
Peterson listened. His face fell. Captain, he said, the joy gone, replaced by the cold, hard truth. The message is alive.
No.
Engine. The bridge was silent again.
Alive.
Breathing.
Warm.
Powered. And stuck. 7 miles down. Asterisk with no engines to move. Trapped in a tomb that was now a life support bubble. Maya stared at the thermal image. At the tiny blue smudge asterisk that was now warm. At the massive red monster asterisk that was waiting right next to it. Okay, she whispered to herself.
Okay.
Alive is good.
No.
Engines is bad. But alive, we can work with. She turned to Peterson. Send this, she commanded. W.
A. I. T.
Wait. Inside the Triton, life had returned. And with it, the cold, crushing weight of reality. The air was clean, recycled by the steady hum of the CO2 scrubbers. The red glow from the geothermal vents outside provided a constant, hellish daylight. The water in the cabin was no longer a threat. It was a warm, stagnant bath. Eris Thorne and Ben Carter had survived. They were no longer dying. They were instead imprisoned. Ping, 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 ping. Ben's finger lifted from the sonar key. He had just finished sending their last, desperate message. It's sent, Ben said, his voice flat. He slumped back against the bulkhead. The adrenaline was gone, leaving a deep, bone-weary exhaustion. Alive. No engine.
Saw.
Other.
Rex.
U-boat.
Part.
Of. Collection. Now what? Now, Eris said, his own voice hollow. We wait. He gestured with his chin to the viewport, the red-lit canyon, the impossible carved pillars, and, just visible in the gloom, the dark, silent, dead shape of the German U-boat. Their neighbor. She told us to wait, Eris continued, the word tasting like ash. She knows we're alive. She knows we're here. But here is a museum.
Ben.
We're the newest exhibit. Look at that thing. It's been here since World War II. 80 years. The implication hung thick in the warm, recycled air. They had life support. They had warmth. But for how long? Days? Weeks? The scrubbers will clog, Ben whispered, as if reading his mind. The converters will foul. The systems, asterisk we just jump-started, aren't meant to run forever. They're meant for emergencies. This isn't an emergency anymore. It's a life sentence. They were silent. The two men, alive against all odds, now faced a new, slower, and more terrifying end. On the bridge of the Odyssey, the new message had landed like a bomb. A U-boat. Kyle, the first mate, read the transcription, his face pale. Part of a collection? My
God.
He is a collector. Eris was right. It's 80 years old, Peterson whispered, his hands shaking as he ran calculations. It can't survive that pressure. It should be dust, but it's not. Why is it not? Because it doesn't want it to be, Maya-chan said, her voice a low, dangerous monotone. She was staring at the two icons, the warm blue, Triton, and the massive red, Jormungandr. They were coexisting. Captain, Cal said, his voice gentle. We told them to wait. But wait for what? We can't send a rescue. We have nothing. We have to face facts. We can't get them out. Maya turned. Her eyes were no longer wild with despair. They were lit by a cold, insane, brilliant fire. You are right, Mr. Kyle, she hissed. We can't get them out. We can't lift them. We can't give them new engines. She stepped forward, her finger jabbing not at Triton icon, but at the red mass of the monster. But it can. Peterson and
Kyle recoiled.
Captain? It put them there, Maya said, her voice vibrating with a new, terrible logic. It carried them 40 knots through a trench. Asterisk, it placed them gently on its little shelf. It has the power to move them. And why would it do that? Cal asked, convinced his captain had finally broken. It wants them. They're its new toy. Maya's lips curled into a snarl. It wasn't a smile, because she said, we're going to make it hate its new toy. She strode to the sonar console. Peterson. We whispered to them, and it ignored us. It thinks we are nothing. A fly, irrelevant. It's done with us. It's back to sleep. It seems asterisk to be in a dormant state. Peterson agreed cautiously. Good, Maya said. Now we wake it up. She pointed at the active sonar controls, the same ones they used to provoke it the first time. We can't save them, but we can make asterisk their prison cell so unbelievably annoying that the warden kicks them out. Captain, no.
Kyle yelled.
You hit it with that beam. Again, asterisk, it will attack us. It won't attack us, Maya hissed. It can't reach us. We're 7 miles up, but it will get angry. And asterisk, what is it angry at? The noise. And where asterisk will it think asterisk the noise is coming from? She didn't wait for an answer. Mr. Peterson, focus the beam on the creature. Asterisk, Triton. Peterson froze. Captain, what? You, asterisk want me to hit them? I want asterisk to make asterisk them ring like a bell. On the bridge of the Odyssey, the air was colder than the storm outside. Captain, no. Peterson, the sonar tech, pleaded, his hands hovering over the console, refusing to obey. You don't know what that will do. The acoustic resonance at that depth that it could shatter their hull. You could kill them. Instantly. Being stuck there is already killing them, Mr. Peterson, Maya-chan hissed, her voice a low, terrifying monotone. It's just slower. They have air. They have warmth. They don't asterisk have food. They don't asterisk have water. They have a week at best before they starve in the dark. We asterisk don't have a week. She leaned in, her face close to his. We are asterisk playing a game of 13-dimensional chess asterisk with a god. And right now, asterisk this is asterisk our only move. It asterisk thinks asterisk they asterisk are a asterisk dead trophy. We asterisk have asterisk to asterisk make asterisk it asterisk think asterisk they asterisk are a broken, screaming, asterisk annoying, asterisk alarm clock.
Now.
Fire. Kyle, the first mate, just closed his eyes. He couldn't watch. Peterson's hands shook. He closed asterisk his asterisk own eyes, asterisk like an asterisk executioner, asterisk pulling, asterisk a lever. He hit the key. There. Asterisk was no sound on the Odyssey, but asterisk 7 miles down in the warm asterisk red gloom of the Triton, the world ended.
Boom.
It wasn't a sound. It was a asterisk physical violation. The Odyssey's tight beam, sonar, pulse focused asterisk with asterisk pinpoint accuracy slammed asterisk into asterisk the Triton's asterisk titanium hull. The asterisk entire submersible rang asterisk like a asterisk cathedral bell. Eris and Ben screamed. They asterisk were thrown asterisk from asterisk their feet asterisk not asterisk by asterisk a force asterisk but asterisk by asterisk a vibration asterisk so violent asterisk it asterisk shook asterisk their bones asterisk in asterisk their sockets. They asterisk water asterisk in asterisk the cabin asterisk exploded upwards asterisk atomized asterisk by asterisk the frequency. Their teeth ached, their skulls felt asterisk like asterisk they asterisk were splitting open.
Ack.
Ben roared, clutching asterisk his head, asterisk his asterisk ears bleeding, asterisk in asterisk the water. What asterisk was that? Maya. Eris screamed, asterisk his own voice, asterisk a shredded rasp. He knew asterisk that sound. It's Maya.
She
Shot asterisk at US is asterisk she crazy. Ben yelled, disoriented, asterisk trying, asterisk to stand, asterisk in, asterisk the vibrating water. She's asterisk trying, asterisk to, asterisk kill, US. Eris grabbed him, his eyes wild, asterisk in, asterisk the, asterisk red glow.
No.
Don't asterisk you.
See?
She's asterisk not asterisk trying asterisk to asterisk talk asterisk to US. She's using US. She's asterisk trying asterisk to asterisk talk asterisk to him. Eris pointed a shaking finger asterisk out asterisk the viewport. They asterisk redlit canyon asterisk was asterisk no asterisk longer calm. The asterisk water asterisk was swirling. The asterisk ethereal asterisk green asterisk glow asterisk that asterisk had vanished asterisk was returning asterisk but asterisk this time asterisk it asterisk was asterisk a sickly agitated strobe and asterisk the eye the colossal unblinking asterisk eye asterisk of Jormungandr asterisk which asterisk had asterisk receded asterisk into asterisk the gloom asterisk was asterisk now back. It snapped asterisk into view asterisk filling asterisk their world. The pupil asterisk was asterisk no longer calm. It asterisk was constricted asterisk to asterisk a asterisk razor thin slit. It asterisk was awake and asterisk it asterisk was staring asterisk at asterisk the train. It was furious. The Odyssey's bridge Peterson asterisk was white asterisk as asterisk a sheet. Captain, he whispered asterisk his asterisk voice failing. The creature. The asterisk red mass. It asterisk is asterisk no asterisk longer dormant. I asterisk m asterisk reading asterisk a massive bioelectric spike. Asterisk it's awake. And asterisk it's asterisk thermal signature. Asterisk is asterisk focus entirely asterisk on asterisk the Triton's position. It knows. It asterisk thinks asterisk they asterisk did. Maya Chen's face asterisk was carved asterisk from ice. Good, she breathed. Her eyes flicked to
Kyle.
You said asterisk it. Asterisk was asterisk a toy. Asterisk what? Asterisk do. Asterisk you. Asterisk do. Asterisk with asterisk a toy. Asterisk that screams asterisk at you. Before asterisk Kyle. Asterisk could answer. She turned asterisk back. Asterisk to Peterson. Hit asterisk them again. Captain, please. Peterson's voice was a shredded, final plea. The hull integrity on their last transmission, asterisk it was low, asterisk another, asterisk hit, asterisk like that, asterisk fuel, asterisk breach them, asterisk fuel, asterisk kill them. It, asterisk won't, asterisk be me, asterisk that, asterisk kills them, Mr. Peterson. Maya Chen's voice was a blade of ice. It, asterisk will, asterisk be, asterisk the silence, asterisk that follows. Asterisk if, asterisk we, asterisk do nothing, asterisk hit them now. Peterson sobbed. A single dry choke.
He fired. Boom.
The asterisk second pulse asterisk was worse. The asterisk first asterisk had asterisk been asterisk a shock. The asterisk second asterisk was asterisk a violation. Pinsa Triton asterisk every asterisk light asterisk that asterisk then asterisk had asterisk just asterisk brought asterisk back asterisk to life exploded. The cabin asterisk was plunged asterisk back asterisk into asterisk total darkness asterisk lit only asterisk by asterisk the asterisk angry asterisk red glow asterisk from asterisk the vent the hum asterisk of asterisk the asterisk CO2 scrubbers died asterisk with asterisk a asterisk groan asterisk of asterisk burnt motors Eris and asterisk ben asterisk didn't asterisk even asterisk scream asterisk this time the sound asterisk was asterisk so profound asterisk it stole asterisk their breath Eris felt asterisk a sharp pain asterisk as asterisk a asterisk tooth cracked asterisk from asterisk the vibration then he choked out asterisk in asterisk the dark tasting blood
Air.
Power it's
Gone.
asterisk she asterisk killed it she asterisk killed us Ben roared thrashing asterisk in asterisk the water asterisk his asterisk ears asterisk ringing asterisk with asterisk a asterisk pain asterisk so asterisk loud asterisk it asterisk was asterisk its own noise but asterisk Eris asterisk was wrong it asterisk wasn't asterisk Maya asterisk who asterisk was asterisk killing them outside the viewport asterisk the asterisk I asterisk of asterisk Jormungandr asterisk had stopped staring they asterisk second asterisk pulse asterisk had asterisk been asterisk too much the toy asterisk wasn't asterisk just broken it asterisk was offensive a low asterisk physical rumble asterisk shook asterisk the canyon it asterisk was asterisk not asterisk a asterisk sonar ping it was asterisk the asterisk creature itself a vocalization asterisk of pure asterisk absolute disgust asterisk and rage and then the asterisk invisible asterisk grip returned it asterisk was asterisk not asterisk the asterisk curious asterisk hold asterisk of asterisk the collector it asterisk was asterisk not asterisk the asterisk gentle placement asterisk in asterisk the museum this asterisk was asterisk a fist crunch Triton's asterisk hull screamed asterisk as asterisk a asterisk thousand tons asterisk of magnetic pressure seized it alarms dead asterisk 4 asterisk a moment screamed asterisk back asterisk to life asterisk on backup power hull asterisk integrity failing Eris screamed reading asterisk a asterisk new asterisk flashing asterisk red light pressure asterisk at 20% asterisk it's crushing us it's lifting us Ben yelled pointing asterisk at asterisk the viewport they asterisk redlit asterisk canyon floor asterisk and asterisk there asterisk dead asterisk U-boat neighbor asterisk were asterisk falling away
Fast.
the asterisk serpent asterisk had asterisk picked asterisk them up and asterisk now asterisk it asterisk was moving on the Odyssey Peterson tore asterisk his headphones off asterisk his, asterisk eyes, asterisk wide, asterisk with, asterisk primal, terror. Captain, asterisk the, asterisk thermal, signal, the, asterisk blue, smudge. It's moving, it's moving, it's ascending, is, asterisk it, asterisk with, asterisk the creature. Maya demanded, her voice, asterisk a, asterisk steel, wire. It, asterisk is, asterisk the creature. Peterson screamed, pointing, asterisk at, asterisk the, asterisk screen, asterisk where, asterisk the, asterisk two, icons, asterisk had, merged, asterisk into, asterisk one, asterisk angry moving block. It, asterisk has, and, asterisk it's, asterisk coming.
Up. Fast.
Asterisk ascent, asterisk speed, asterisk is, asterisk 1, asterisk 100, knots, asterisk 2,
100. My
God, asterisk 3, asterisk 100, knots, it's, asterisk not, swimming, it's, asterisk firing, them, asterisk like, asterisk bullet, the, asterisk bridge, asterisk was, asterisk silent, asterisk save, asterisk 4, asterisk the, asterisk digital, scream, asterisk of, asterisk the telemetry. It, asterisk was happening. Maya's asterisk instant gamble, asterisk had worked. The creature, asterisk was, asterisk not, asterisk just, asterisk expelling them. It, asterisk was, asterisk throwing, asterisk it's, asterisk annoying, asterisk toy, asterisk out, asterisk of, asterisk the abyss. Asterisk it, asterisk was, asterisk throwing, asterisk them, back, asterisk to, asterisk the, asterisk surface, world, asterisk where, asterisk they belonged. It's worked, Kyle whispered, staring, asterisk in, asterisk dumb, awe. She, asterisk did it. Maya. Chun braced, asterisk herself, asterisk against, asterisk the console. This storm, asterisk outside, asterisk was nothing, asterisk to, asterisk the storm, asterisk she, asterisk had unleashed. Her face, asterisk was pale, asterisk her, asterisk hands shaking, asterisk but, asterisk her, voice, asterisk was, asterisk pure, iron. Mr. Peterson. Asterisk track, asterisk their ascent, asterisk give, asterisk me, asterisk a, asterisk surface, asterisk intercept, point.
now.
She turned, asterisk to, Kyle, her, asterisk eyes, asterisk burning, asterisk with, asterisk a, asterisk light, asterisk that, asterisk was, asterisk almost, asterisk as, asterisk terrifying, asterisk as, asterisk the monsters. Mr. Kyle. Asterisk get, asterisk this, asterisk ship moving, asterisk deploy, asterisk the, asterisk recovery, cradle, asterisk full, asterisk medical, team, asterisk on standby. She paused, asterisk taking, asterisk a deep, asterisk shuddering breath. Our boys, asterisk are, asterisk coming home. It was not an ascent, it was an exorcism. Inside the Triton, the world was a high-G, fluid chaos. The two men were not passengers. They were projectiles. The crushing magnetic grip of the serpent was shoving them, firing them, up the 7-mile-long barrel of the Aleutian Trench. The hull, which had been so delicately placed hours before, was now a symphony of tortured, screaming metal. Crack.
Groan. Screech.
Hull. Integrity. 9%. Eris Thorne screamed. The words ripped from his throat. He was pinned to the bulkhead by a force so great he couldn't feel his own limbs. Power. Then Carter roared, his voice a gargle. The last sonar pulse had killed everything. The cabin was a black, lightless, flooding tomb, save for the single, angry, flashing red breach light. It's
Gone.
air is gone. They were suffocating. Again. But this time they were also being crushed, torn, and boiled. The friction of their ascent was superheating the hull. The water inside the cabin, the same water that had been a warm bath, was now steaming. Where? Burning. Up. Eris yelled as a new alarm, a high-pitched shriek from a battery-powered sensor, joined the din. 30,000 feet. 20,000. The depth gauge was a blur, spinning backwards, counting up toward salvation. Ben Carter looked at Eris, his face, illuminated only by the frantic red strobe, a mask of blood and agony. She missed, he choked out, believing Maya's plan had failed. She
Killed.
US. Eris couldn't answer. G-force was too much. He closed his eyes. 10,000 feet. 5,000. 1,000. And then a final violence. A slam so catastrophic, asterisk it stopped time. Triton, asterisk hit, asterisk the asterisk surface, asterisk of, asterisk the asterisk Pacific, asterisk ocean, asterisk like, asterisk a meteor. The impact, asterisk through, asterisk both men, asterisk into, asterisk the dark, steaming water inside, asterisk their own ship. And then silence. Just the hiss of steam, the groan of dying metal, and asterisk the sound, asterisk of, asterisk the asterisk storm, asterisk raging outside. Odyssey, Peterson tore, asterisk his headphones off. Surface, 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 he screamed, his asterisk voice shredded. They are, asterisk on, asterisk the surface, where Maya roared, starboard,
Bow.
Yelled, asterisk from, asterisk the viewport, asterisk pointing, asterisk into, asterisk the, asterisk raging storm. I, asterisk C, IT, asterisk dear, God, Maya, look, it hadn't surfaced. It, asterisk had erupted. Triton, asterisk had, asterisk been thrown, asterisk a, asterisk 100, asterisk feet, asterisk clear, asterisk of, asterisk the ocean, asterisk a missile, asterisk of steam, asterisk and titanium. Now, asterisk it, crashed, asterisk back, down, asterisk hitting, asterisk the asterisk waves, asterisk with, asterisk a splash, asterisk that, asterisk was, asterisk dwarfed, asterisk by, asterisk the storm. It, asterisk was floating.
Barely.
It, asterisk was, asterisk Hirek. A, scarred, burnt, asterisk cracked shell. Get, asterisk US, alongside. Maya screamed, fighting, asterisk the wheel herself. Recovery, asterisk team, asterisk go, go. The Odyssey, asterisk crazily, asterisk fought, asterisk the waves, asterisk its, asterisk crane, asterisk swinging, wildly. But asterisk as, asterisk they approached, asterisk the wreckage, a, asterisk new, shadow, rose, asterisk from, asterisk the sea. The storm seemed, asterisk to quiet. The waves seemed, asterisk to still. The head, asterisk of, Jormungandr surfaced. It, asterisk was, asterisk not fast. It, asterisk was calm. It rose. Next, asterisk to, asterisk the Odyssey, dwarfing. Asterisk the ship, blotting. Asterisk out. Asterisk the, asterisk storm, clouds. This stadium-sized eye opened. It looked, asterisk at, asterisk the tiny, battered Odyssey. It looked, asterisk at, asterisk the smoking, asterisk dead, asterisk wreck, asterisk of, asterisk the Triton. It looked, asterisk at, Maya, Chen, asterisk who stood frozen, asterisk on, asterisk her bridge, asterisk staring back. This, asterisk was not, asterisk a confrontation. This, asterisk was, asterisk an acknowledgement. The serpent, asterisk had, asterisk taken back, asterisk its trophy. It, asterisk had, asterisk been annoyed. And, asterisk now, asterisk it, asterisk had, asterisk returned, asterisk the, asterisk broken, asterisk toy, asterisk to, asterisk its rightful owners. They, asterisk I blinked, asterisk one slow, final, time. And, asterisk with, asterisk a, asterisk sigh, asterisk that, asterisk was, asterisk not, asterisk a sound, asterisk but, asterisk a, asterisk movement, asterisk of, asterisk the, asterisk ocean, itself, asterisk the head, submerged. Peterson watched, asterisk his sonar. It's diving. It's, asterisk going, asterisk deep. It's leaving. It's gone. Maya, asterisk didn't move, asterisk for, asterisk a second. Then, asterisk she shook herself, asterisk snapping back, asterisk to life. Get them, she screamed. Triton, asterisk was, asterisk hauled, asterisk into, asterisk the Odysseys flooded, asterisk moon pool. It, asterisk was, asterisk a coffin. A, recovery, asterisk team, asterisk in, asterisk dive gear, asterisk was, asterisk on, asterisk it, asterisk in, asterisk a second. The, asterisk hatch, asterisk is, sealed, asterisk pressures, stable. A, asterisk diver, yelled. Get, asterisk the, cutters. They forced, asterisk the hatch, asterisk a, hiss, asterisk of stale, asterisk burnt, air, asterisk and steam escaped. They pulled, asterisk it open. Inside, asterisk was darkness. And hot water. Nothing. Asterisk I, asterisk C. Nothing.
Wait.
Asterisk I, asterisk have. One. Asterisk a, body. Asterisk it's floating. A, asterisk medic. Team. Asterisk was waiting. They, asterisk pulled, asterisk bent. Asterisk Carter's, asterisk limp form, out. Asterisk key, asterisk was unconscious, burnt, asterisk and blue. No.
Pulse.
Asterisk start, sepia. Another. One. Asterisk it's
Thorn.
asterisk keys, trapped, asterisk under. Asterisk a, panel. They pulled, asterisk heiress, out. Asterisk he, asterisk was, asterisk just, asterisk as lifeless. Maya watched, asterisk from, asterisk the catwalk above her, asterisk face, asterisk a, asterisk stone, mask, asterisk her, hands clutching, asterisk the railing, asterisk so, asterisk hard, asterisk her, asterisk knuckles, asterisk were white. Clear, a, asterisk medic, shouted. Asterisk the paddles hit, asterisk Ben's chest. Asterisk his, asterisk body jumped. Clear, asterisk another, shouted, asterisk over. Eris, nothing. Again, clear, whump. A, cough. A, violent, sickening, beautiful cough. Ben, Carter's, asterisk eyes, asterisk snapped, open. He vomited seawater, asterisk and gasped, asterisk sucking, asterisk in, asterisk the, asterisk stormy, air. A second later, Eris groaned, asterisk his, asterisk own, asterisk body convulsing. He turned, asterisk his head, asterisk and breathed. They, asterisk were alive. Eris. Thorn looked up, asterisk his, asterisk vision, blurred, asterisk his, asterisk body, asterisk and, asterisk ocean, asterisk of pain. He, asterisk saw. Maya, asterisk looking, asterisk down, asterisk at him.
He couldn't speak.
He couldn't move. He just lifted, asterisk one finger. A tiny acknowledgement. Maya. Chin, asterisk closed, asterisk her. Eyes. Her, asterisk strength, asterisk finally gone. She sank, asterisk to, asterisk her, knees, asterisk on, asterisk the catwalk. They, asterisk were home.